Okay, so shall we start?
Yes, doktor.
Semua dah member dah ada dah, Walin? Aiman, semua dah ada dah? Member dah ada? Okay, bolehlah start.
Sekejap, wait. Man, aku tak sempat tukar lagi.
Tukar.
Oh dah.
Tunjuklah muka semua. Mutekan suara tapi tunjukkan muka. Saya pun mute jugalah.
Tak ada kamera doktor.
Ada yang ada.
By the way,
Doktor kena ablekan participant untuk share screen sharing sebab
Akak
doktor
dah cakap. Orang cakap
tak doktor. Tak, doktor kena enable screen sharing untuk participant juga.
Sebab
Dekat
you boleh jadi host baru boleh share. Kalau you tak jadi host tak boleh share. Tak boleh?
Hari tu boleh je.
Sebab before presentation before ni boleh doktor. Doktor kena ni approve. Doktor kena enable screen sharing.
Enable dah mana tah? Kat mana? Aku cakap kat mana?
Sekejap.
dekat
Sebab kat sini memang saya klik dah one participant can share at a time.
Ya.
Sebab saya tak share. Oh, who can share? All participant. Who can start sharing when someone else is sharing. Okay, try. Dapat tak?
Dapat.
Okay. Tunjuklah video, mute suara, tunjuk video. Saya pun nak kena mute juga ni. By the way, you all ada dengar apa-apa latar belakang tak daripada saya punya screen?
Tak ada.
Tak ada.
Alin kena buka video dulu kan? Yang Aiman buat tu.
By the way, Amira. Amira mana Amira?
Ya, doktor.
Amira, ni baju raya.
Oh ya.
Kan dah promise hari tu kan, sebab hari ni sebenarnya saya dah boleh puasa, raya sebab puasa 6. So sebab hari ni pakai baju lawa.
Baru rasmi kan ke?
Baru rasmi. Baju raya? Cepat je baju raya.
Dah nampak tak?
Nampak.
Okay, group kami, we will start now. So before we start our presentation, we will show the video of our topic, which is drunk driving issue in Malaysia.
A short video.
Dengar suara tak?
Dengar, clear.
Tak. Music video.
Oh, video tak dengar. Video tak dengar. Video suara tak dengar Walin.
Alin kena buka earphone kot.
Tak pakai earphone.
Alin, saya try buat. Saya try buka.
Rasa ke ada apa-apa yang saya kena buat ke?
Tak ada. Saya rasa kalau screen sharing macam tak boleh dengar kot.
Lepas tu?
Saya rasa lah sebab sebelum ni Dr. Faik pernah nak buka video tak ada suara. Saya rasa screen sharing boleh screen je kot sharing. Audio tak boleh share.
Kalau cuba ni, cuba sharekan link tu dengan saya. Try godek-godek. Kat YouTube ada kan?
Tak ada. Tu Aiman edit.
Apa
Kita
dia?
orang buat sendiri.
Yelah, tapi tak ada upload kat YouTube ke?
Tak ada. Saya buka.
Music dia pun music gempak-gempak je, tak ada apa cakap pun.
Gempak-gempak tu nak dengar tu. Sebab gempak lah nak dengar.
Tapi boleh lah kalau solve sebab grup saya pun macam tu.
Try
Takut tak boleh dengar juga.
kita try. Mana tahu dapat ke? Siapa yang sharing sekarang? Siapa yang share sekarang?
Aisyah.
Okay.
I try.
Okay. Tu. Aisyah dah yang tak nampak. Habis dah? Habis dah? Dah habis?
Terputus kau doktor. Sekejap
Awak putus ke?
Dah tak payah kot. Nanti hantar kat group WhatsApp.
Baru enjoy. Saya enjoy tengok video tu.
Saya shock sendiri tadi.
Tu. Itulah. Tapi tak lama pun dalam apa tu 23 saat je.
Oh ya, sorry.
Okay, nampak tak?
Belum lagi?
Belum Ali.
Okay.
Dia tengah loading. Okay dah.
Okay, boleh start.
Okay. Dengar tak?
Dengar.
Okay. Assalamualaikum and hi to everyone. So before that, I would like to introduce our team members first. Me, myself, Aisyah Hassan. My team members, I'm Zainal, Aisyah Hamzah, Walin Zakaria, and Aiman Syamina. So our topic to discuss today is about drunk driving issues in Malaysia. So before that, I would like to ask you guys, do you think that our current drunk driving law are still relevant with the upcoming crime?
No.
I might jawab, okay.
One by one, please, apa tu, responsive dekat kita punya kawan. So if let's say you want to give your idea, make sure you unmute then answer it properly. Hello, siapa nak jawab tadi? Acap.
Anyone?
No, I don't think it's relevant in to our current issue now.
Implementation law. Oh.
That's all.
Yeah.
My answer.
Okay. So before we go to the law in Malaysia, I would like to show you guys the statistics of the drunk driving accident in Malaysia. So if you guys can see, they actually drastically increased from 2010 until 2016 with the highest amount of accident, which is 461 cases. And then they actually dropped a little bit through the 2017 and 2018, but it still happened until now, 2020. So today we want to discuss why it still happen, apa yang kerajaan tengah buat, apa yang kerajaan tengah plan to prevent these issues. So we will pass to Zaina to talk about the law in Malaysia.
Yeah. Is it allowed to ask the question? Am I allowed to ask the question? Okay.
Yes.
Can you turn into
Yes, you are welcome.
Okay, can you turn into the previous slide, the graph? Okay, so in
Yeah.
2010, the reported case the reported case was 83. Okay, and then somehow we can see that it is gradually increased over the years. But I just have question in mind. What are the main issues actually that that perhaps cause the case to keep increasing after years? Sebab dia macam dia punya graph tu naik mendadak juga tu daripada 2010 sampai 2016 tu. So what is actually happening around that year? Apa yang sebenarnya yang menyebabkan peningkatan tu agak mendadak tu 83, 91 terus naik 246. Is there any information regarding that? Perasan tak graph tu?
I think that's because of the unseriousness enforcement of the law between the years. The law enforcement.
The law enforcement Is it solely on that or is it perhaps ada juga berkaitan dengan lesen pemberian lesen arak ke ataupun
Lesen terbang.
terkait juga dengan umur orang yang boleh minum ke. I just wondering.
Saya ada terbaca.
I just wondering sebab somehow saya rasa dalam 2010 kan time tu bilangan anak muda pun makin ramai. I just wondering lah, is it ada juga possibility that influence tu masuk? Just wondering je lah, if let's say you have the answer then just may ask, you just may answer me. If not then it should be okay. I'm wondering je. Tak tolak markah dan risau.
Okay. Tapi saya ada baca artikel yang dia mengatakan bila berlakunya kes insiden disebabkan drunk driving ni tapi tak ada tindakan yang keras, that's why dia punya amount tu semakin meningkat.
Oh, okay. Okay, so solely on that lah macam kan? Okay. Proceed. Thank you.
Okay, next. What the law says. Actually, the Prime Minister, Tan Sri Yassin, said that he has instructed the Transport Ministry to propose untuk pindah balik the legislation to provide untuk for more severe penalty for drunk driving. Yang pindaan ni dia akan finalize mid Juni and akan di-discuss dalam next Parliament sitting Julai nanti. So for now, what the law say about drunk driving issue, under the current Road Transport Act 1987, person yang ditangkap di bawah pengaruh dadah ataupun alkohol, dia hanya dikenakan denda yang tak melebihi 1K and penjara yang tak melebihi 3 bulan. And after dia dah ditangkap untuk kali yang kedua dan seterusnya, dia akan dikenakan denda hanya 2K dan dan penjara yang tidak melebihi 12 bulan, which is I think that denda is simple and maybe tak terlalu ketat. So that's why people still drive even diorang drunk. And next, what happens lah after kalau dia drunk driving and they hit someone and menyebabkan orang tu mati or ada any kesihatan. Next slide. So under the section 44, orang yang drunk driving yang menyebabkan berlaku kematian atau kesihatan, dia hanya diberikan denda maksimum 20K ataupun penjara 10 tahun. Tapi ada setengah pihak yang cakap undang sistem law dekat Malaysia ni tak berapa adil sebabnya yang penalti hanya diberikan kepada government, which is yang keluarga si mati tak dapat pun 20K denda daripada disebabkan jenayah tu. But still yang pihak family still boleh saman yang driver tu dekat mahkamah sivil. That's all.
Ain. the last amendment for this law, dia punya last amendment bila because it was the law was first established in 1984, right?
Yeah.
Amendment, the latest amendment?
Dia still dalam perbincangan, which is yang Prime Minister dia minta yang Transport Ministry untuk tinda balik bulan Jun ni. So nanti next meeting bulan 7 nanti untuk bincang balik.
So what I meant is meaning that after the establishment of this law since 1984, so until now there is still no any amendment lah from the original version. That is what I mean. Because
ada yang after 1984 yang the current dia guna yang 1987 tu. Lepas tu nothing.
So only one amendments lah.
Only one, yes.
40 tahun 20 tahun.
Dia still guna yang sama. That's why sekarang ni baru dia nak pindah balik amendment tu. Yeah. Ada soalan ataupun nak discuss sama-sama? It's almost 40 years dia punya. Okay, by the way, do you have any examples of hukuman yang dijatuhkan kepada pesalah sebelum ni based on previous stories, based on previous case? Ada? Ada yang the latest case yang didapati bersalah yang saya tak sure yang which one jenis case, tapi ada satu tu yang didapati bersalah. Ada tak contoh?
Dalam slide kita tak ada include kan?
Tak ada.
Tak, you have that information. It's okay if not in slide pun.
Before this previous cases, dia just fine je doktor. Sebab tu orang marah.
I know that dia gunakan denda sahaja, tapi is it what are the amounts in terms of the amount, the average amount?
The specific fine.
In terms of the amount ataupun penjara jail tu berapa lama? Memanglah you already stated the maximum in the act, okay? But in practically, what are the practice that has been applied in Malaysia? Is it semua pesalah dikenakan denda yang maksimum ataupun ada yang minimum, ada yang tengah-tengah?
Dia depends dekat yang hakim tu lah. Dia punya perbicaraan which is dia punya yang hukuman tu based on kita tengok juga dia punya kesalahan tu teruk ke orang tu ke tak, macam tu.
Itulah
kalau
if you have the example, it much clearer lah. Maksudnya you have one case, okay, based on this case, okay, the judge said that the drunk driver ni dikenakan berapa tahun, apa kesalahan yang dia buat. If let's say you have that example of case, it much clearer lah. Itu maksud saya. Memanglah whatever it depends on the law, dia punya magistrate lah. Okay. Tak ada contoh, tak apa, it's okay.
Tak ada.
Ada soalan lain? Guys, if you have anything, you just tanya je, sebab this one actually is not just the presentation of the group, because this is actually the latest issues regarding conflict. Okay, so if let's say you have anything that you want to say or discuss, just bagi tahu je. Okay. So okay, continue.
Okay, from in 2020, from January until May, they already have 9 deaths and 21 road accidents related to drunk drivers. Okay, next. There are some suggestions for the heavier sentence that I read on the newspaper. Some authorities suggest that for life imprisonment means that the people remain in the prison either for the rest of their life or until pardon. And other than that, they also suggest up to 20 years jail. These have been suggested by our government baru-baru ni. And other people also suggest about compensate the victim's family because to lessen their burden because some of them lose their mata pencarian, punca pencarian. I mean tempat bergantung. Okay, there are up to 20 years jail because I've have some typo there. It should be larger fine. Larger fine nowadays, the fines and sentence is no longer seen as burdensome to those who convicted. Most of them are actually able to pay the fines and maybe in the prison for few months. Last but not least, there are some people suggest for death penalty. The only country that imposed this death penalty is only in Taiwan, and that's only happen if the accident causing a person to be dead. Why? Actually, we cannot sabitkan the sentence to the people because the drunk drivers includes under Akta Jalan Raya, which is not under the power of authorities of PDRM to tetapkan the hukuman.
Because until now the law is under JPJ, right? Jabatan apa tu?
Pengangkutan Jalan Raya.
Pengangkutan Jalan Raya.
Okay, then kalau under PDRM it is under kanan keseksaan, right?
Yes. Okay, next. Okay. So why Road Transport Acts have not been amended yet? The answer by Menteri Pengangkutan, they said that they still reviewing and investigating the proposed amendments for Act 333, but they have said this since March 2019, which means that almost already past 1 year, past a year, that and nothing that have been amended. Most of the conflict happens here where the citizens menyuarakan kenapa tak ada hukuman yang lebih berat lagi. Okay, one more. The amendment of this act involve various parties, which make it more conflicted, I think. It involves JPJ, PDRM, Peguam Negara and also MIROS. Okay, that's all.
Situ je, habis dah?
Itu je.
Any additional ideas from the crowd?
Belum habis kan?
Dah habis ke belum?
Pak saya dah habis, Ali lalu.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Next, I will compare how can handle drunk driving cases and how they prevent any drunk person to drive their car. Okay, first they have several points here. First, when you are intoxicated means that when you are fully drunk, that it means that you are unconscious but you still drive the car and get caught even you.
Walid, I have one question before you continue. Actually,
Uh-huh.
biasa yang drunk driver ni, they will there are certain tests, right? To know the
Uh-huh.
level of alcohol. Dia
Uh-huh.
punya bacaan dia tu berapa ya untuk tahu yang someone tu drunk? Dia punya bacaan alkohol tu. Do you have any information?
Yes.
80 miligram.
80
Yeah.
miligram.
Is when you
Tapi
are drunk.
WHO suggest 50 miligram.
WHO tapi applicable in Malaysia 80.
Yes.
Tapi bukan drunk level
Depend
dia
pun.
ikut people punya tolerance ke. Some people their alcohol tolerance is very high, so diorang boleh consume a lot of alcohol. Some people dia punya tolerance very low, dia minum one shot je dah mabuk dah.
I understand what Amira says, but in Japan, even when your alcohol level is greater than 80 milligram, but you are still not intoxicated, you still will be charged under this law, driving while intoxicated. Means that even you are like even the alcohol level is above than 80 milligram, you still will be charged under their law, which is not exceed 5 years in jail and exceed 80,000 yen.
80,000 yen.
啊
Translate 18,000 That one is the maximum.
Maximum 8,800.
8,800.
Before this, under their old law, the maximum jail is 3 years and fine 4,400. But now they has increased their law, tightening their law, so that more the Japanese will be scared. Okay, next, driving under the influence, meaning that you are not drunk. Basically, the alcohol level is between 30 milligram to under 80 milligram, between 30 and 80 milligram. Means that even you drink 1 cup of alcohol, beer, you will need, and if nasib tak baik, you need to do the drug test. Even you are not intoxicated, you still can be caught and charging 3 years in jail and fine not 4,400 yen. Before this, their own law, only 1 year jail and about 2,000 yen fine. They have been increased their law, their hukuman, punishment. Okay, next. If you are providing the people that is drunk, you can be charged under the same act, which is if you providing the intoxicated people that has unconscious, your punishment is same as the people that driving. You know how Japanese really take really ambil tahu.
Take it seriously,
Really
strictly.
take it seriously. Even the enabler of the alcohol of the drunk driver will be punished in the same act. Okay, next. Next is same. If people that providing the person with alcohol, they will same. And also the passenger of the drunk driver will also be caught and fined, because you know the driver is drunk and the passenger is conscious. The passenger that conscious still get to charge because you are one of the enabler. Okay, that's all. Next, I will give one example.
I have one question.
Okay.
Because you said that Japan already improved tighten their tighten their laws regarding the traffic issue. Because you take earlier it is the charge, the monetary charge is below 4,400 yen. Right now they increase it to 4,400, and in terms of the period for jail they also increase, right? Is there any differences in terms of the number of cases, the number of cases after the implementation of the amendment law, the amended act?
Yes. If you see the right side of the slide,
Okay.
after they
Implement.
implement the new law, the rate of alcohol-related traffic fatalities per billion kilometers decreased by 38% after they implement the law. So it's proven that if you increase the punishment, it will decrease the traffic
The cases, the crime.
alcohol-related.
Okay, interesting.
See, we need now, what we need now is government to do their job. But all they say is meeting but all people die.
That it depends on the the country's system as well, because Malaysia is based on somehow, walaupun we can say the overall system is democracy, but somehow the bureaucracy happen everywhere. So when they want to improve one new things, they need to go by level. So that's why perhaps it takes time lah. Mungkin masa tu dah 5 tahun kemudian pun tak habis lagi pasal ni. Okay, any other thing from the crowd?
I want to ask you, Doktor.
Next slide.
Aiman.
Aiman
Oh,
nak tanya.
Ali nak ni lagi. Okay.
Siapa nak tanya siapa? Tanya grup.
Doktor.
Tanya grup lah, jangan tanya. Ya.
Okay, tanya semualah. What do you think the best solution to this to heavier the sentence? I mean, up to 20 years jail or compensate the victim family, because now the existing law, the existing fines is no longer enough. Okay, what do you guys think?
Ada idea?
As we can see from the Twitter nowadays, they are busy talking about this case. They said kenapa tak haramkan je penggunaan arak etc. But for me, yes, I'm not sokong penjualan arak, sebab negara kita ni negara yang berbilang kaum. So maybe some religion tidak consume that, but some other races will consume that. But bagi saya, cara dengan mengharamkan terus penggunaan arak itu bukanlah cara yang I rasa macam apa? Boleh
Tak tolerate.
But macam Alin cakap tadi, seperti Jepun, diorang implement new amendments to the laws, boleh mengetatkan lagi, boleh mengurangkan cases tu daripada terus berlaku. Then why not negara kita ikut langkah yang sama untuk mengatasi masalah ni. But then kita boleh nampak sekarang memang kerajaan kita tengah work on that. So we'll see how. Tapi kebanyakannya daripada apa yang saya nampak dekat Twitter here and there, semua bercakap tentang pengharaman terus penggunaan arak. So apa pendapat kalian semua tentang penggunaan arak di negara kita? Umur 18 dan ke atas kan yang boleh menggunakan?
21 lah.
21? 21 eh? Dekat peti ais speed mat kat tempat saya tu 18.
Saya rasa 18. 21 ke? Saya rasa 18. Setahu saya pun 18.
Saya rasa 18. Sebab speed mat tu
18
18.
bukan kahwin Kahwin ke 16?
Amboi. Kahwin pula dia fikirnya.
18 rokok lah.
Tu bukan yang masuk
21
kelab tu.
arak. 18 rokok.
18 rokok.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Aiman tadi tanya sudah soalan dia tadi. Oh, okay. I thought in my opinion lah, saya tak ada nak mempengaruhi siapa. This is based on my opinion. Okay, somehow yes, I
Yes.
agree with Aisha because we live in multiracial nation. So macam Islam memang dia tak sepatutnya Islam ni sepatutnya orang Islam sepatutnya tak consume. But doesn't mean orang Islam tak consume. Ada je yang consume. Okay? And then for the Chinese and then for the Chinese actually alkohol ni dia adalah dia punya culture. Okay, budaya dia macam ada kematian ke, itu adalah budaya dia. Macam perayaan ke, itu adalah perayaan. Maksudnya itu adalah benda yang sangat penting untuk diorang. Okay, dan macam untuk, saya rasa untuk Indian, how about Indian, Ram? Ram? How about Indian?
I don't know, doctor. I don't drink.
No, what I mean is there any alcohol ni related to any religion activity ke? Is there any?
Specific occasion ke?
No, actually we are more to like consuming wine, something like that, because for our skincare, that's all.
Maksudnya dia tiada berkaitan dengan religion lah, right?
Oh no.
Macam Chinese ni dia berkait dengan religion, dia berkait dengan dia punya belief. Okay, yes. Dia Chinese dia lain. So macam kalau nak mengharamkan mengharamkan terus, pada saya it is not applicable lah. Sebab we live in multiracial nation. Lagipun masalah itu sebenarnya bukannya berasal daripada arak. Dia sebenarnya berasal daripada orang yang meminum arak. Right? Dia maksudnya berasal daripada orang yang meminum arak tu. So somehow we need to give a lesson lah, perhaps in terms of the awareness, in terms of the law, in terms of the society. Perhaps kan macam yang saya cakap dalam group WhatsApp, macam contoh di negara Korea, bila they are drunk, they will hire the driver, right? Just for the purpose of sending them from the pub ke to the home. Okay? So they come up with that initiative. So maksudnya because we in Malaysia, sebelum ni kita tak ada banyak sangat lah issues related to this sebenarnya, dan kesedaran pun dia tak tinggi lagi. Sebab kan macam kalau tengok rate kemalangan yang disebabkan oleh arak pun, kalau kita compare dengan developed nation pun dia tak banyak. Masih kat Malaysia ni dia case tu ada, tapi dia macam tak tak obvious sangat. Okay? So that's why lah, in terms kalau nak mengharamkan tu, saya not applicable, tapi boleh bila kita nak increase tu, yes. Because somehow manusia ni memang dia sifat semula jadi dia adalah bila kita bagi sesuatu punishment terhadap perbuatan dia, dan dari situlah dia akan mengurangkan, dia akan belajar ataupun mengurangkan frequency of doing that mistake. Okay? So any other idea lain?
Doktor?
Ya, Aspa ya. Aspa tunjuklah muka. Tunjuklah muka. Cakap
tak boleh doktor. Laptop saya ni kamera dia ni sikit doktor.
Hari tu elok je. Bukan apa tau. Kesianlah kat saya. Saya ni dah lah duduk seorang. Dan hari-hari tengok laptop je. Nak juga tengok benda bergerak.
Tak boleh doktor. Kamera laptop saya ni problem sikit.
Saya rasa Aspa tak pakai baju sebenarnya. Okay. Okay. Continue Aspa.
Apa pendapat saya doktor? Highlight untuk kerajaan dan juga negara-negara lain ni.
Tak dengar.
Tak dengar.
Sangkut. Sudah.
Aspa, we couldn't hear you, Aspa. Sudah tak pakai baju.
Tak dengar.
Aspa tak dengar.
Asfa mabuk doktor.
Tak elok minum siang-siang.
Aspa.
Intan pakai telekong ke tu? Terus solat je.
Ni je yang mampu.
Rasanya memang laptop dia problem.
Hello.
Aspa hilang for good ke mana ni? Hilang ke
Aspa cuba type dekat chat.
Mudah lah tu.
Alamak, dah tak ada dah Aspa, hilang terus dah. 39 orang dah partisipan saya
Doctor, I got one idea, doctor.
Ya. While waiting for ni Okay, ya Ram.
I feel that kita boleh run
alcohol company, bar semua. Tapi dengan syarat kita boleh macam, you know, we can tell them use Grab if you want to go there and give like what they call it's like economically support people lah. So siapa nak pergi minum ke apa ke kena guna Grab, tak boleh guna kereta sendiri macam
Yes,
tu.
correct. Yes, correct, Ram. I like the idea. Yes. Meaning that we have.
Yes. Macam dekat Korea.
Yes, ha.
So we like basically siapa yang buat Grab tu dapat duit lah. Macam tu.
So pun boleh juga. So somehow that initiative kan, maksudnya kita boleh ialah meneruskan kelangsungan apa tu perkaitan ekonomi. Betul, correct? So that's why macam siapa? Aisyah, teruskan tak apa.
Tak, saya hanya komen kepada Ram punya idea. Saya cakap nice idea.
Betul kan?
Saya pun ada cadangan juga.
Ya, Intan, ya.
Saya rasa mungkin polis sendiri boleh perketatkan roadblock dekat kawasan-kawasan yang contoh macam kawasan kelab ataupun kawasan yang memang banyak penjualan alkohol. Jadi dekat situ
roadblock dah banyak
kalau
dah sekarang.
Kalau tak, maksudnya sebelumnya kalau kita perasan kan, macam tu kalau orang pergi mix ke, orang pergi mana-mana club, macam kita jarang dengar ada orang kena tangkap.
Okay.
Orang kena tangkap dekat roadblock tak lepas macam tu lah maksud saya.
Dia sebab Intan, sebab the law is under apa tu JPJ. So polis ni dia macam ada dia punya power separation sikit. Dia boleh buat roadblock tu, tapi maksudnya yelah sebab yang apa yang JPJ tangkap tu pun memang daripada roadblock je lah. Apa yang ditangkap tu either mangsa meninggal ataupun tertangkap dekat semasa roadblock. Itu je lah. But somehow the case itulah salah satu sebab undang-undang tu. But now rather than we just rely on the law, perhaps something that we can do. Macam juga dengan COVID sekarang ni kan. Macam contoh COVID sekarang kan. Then if let's say we can compare our country, the situation in our country dengan kita punya neighbor nation, contoh Indonesia. The level macam kita punya situation ni sangat terkawal sebab most of our citizens ni sangat berdisiplin. Kan? Pada the disiplin itu somehow kita boleh relatekan with the level of education in Malaysia. Berbanding dengan negara jiran lah. Itu maksud saya lah. Maksudnya perhaps selain daripada kita ada dekat law tu dan kita boleh come out dengan another good initiative lah. Salah satu ni macam yang Ram cakap ni, roadblock tu ya kita dah ada, tapi mungkin kita punya kekangan nanti dekat human resource. Dekat human resource nanti. Mungkinlah salah satu.
Betul juga. Saya pun fikir bila doktor cakap.
So ini ada idea lagi? Mana?
Hello.
Asfar, okay, teruskan.
Dengar ke?
Dengar.
Maaf, putus tadi. Saya setuju dengan pendapat kawan saya. Jadi untuk concern Malaysia dan juga negara-negara lain adalah untuk mengurangkan kadar kemalangan jalan raya.
Betul.
Jadi dengan penguasaan undang-undang sahaja mungkin tidak cukup untuk mengawal kadar peningkatan peminum alkohol ni. Jadi saya terlihat beberapa inisiatif negara-negara luar yang meningkatkan inisiatif keselamatan jalan raya seperti membuat inovatif ataupun inovasi tentang penghadang jalan raya di negara mereka. Jadi untuk itu akan dapat mengurangkan kadar kemalangan jalan raya berbanding dengan terpaksa untuk membuat roadblock selama 24 jam tak berhenti. Jadi itu boleh mengurangkan kadar bebanan kerja penguatkuasa dan juga boleh menjimatkan kos.
Correct.
Itu
jadi penghadang jalan raya tu yang macam dekat highway tu kan, pembahagi jalan ke depan dengan jalan ke sini tu kan.
Ya. Tapi ini ada saya tengok adalah inisiatif dia bila kereta crash ataupun apa-apa yang lalu yang langgar penghadang jalan raya tu, dia akan serap impak, jadi dia akan melantun balik.
Ni yang macam roller tu ke?
Tapi
yang roller yang dia akan slide kan tu?
So dekat negara kita memang belum ada benda tu.
Dah ada. Tapi dekat macam selekor kona-kona je.
Tapi masalahnya kita punya negara dia one way dia kena. So macam mana dia langgar one way.
Betul-betul. Dia langgar kereta tepi kiri kanan dia. Okay, ni bukan salah Asfar lah. Ni salah orang tu juga.
Kalau kat Malaysia, saya rasa yang kat Sipang tu dia macam air ataupun apa entah yang mengurangkan impak. Betul.
Air.
Yang saya tahu yang roller tu je.
Betul.
Tak ada dekat highway kat Simpang tu yang macam tuan-tuan tu. Saya pun tak pasti air ke apa. Tapi dia kalau pemandu hentam tu dia akan kurangkan impak hentaman tu lah.
Ada. Pernah tengok.
Kan?
Ikut inisiatif. Okay. Lagi? Tambah? Okay, for this group ada lagi tak presentation ni?
Tak ada, doktor dah habis.
Tak ada, dah habis.
Okay, ada lagi siapa-siapa nak tambah idea? Good juga tau. Banyak-banyak benda sebenarnya kita boleh fikirkan. Satu penghadang tu. Another thing, kalau you perasan yang line, zebra line, not zebra line tapi the yellow line tu. Itu pun sebenarnya pencengkam tayar, supposedly. Kalau you perasan.
Yang gede-gede tu.
Yes.
Untuk slowkan kenderaan.
Betul.
Selalu ada depan sekolah.
Apa dia?
Yang selalu ada depan sekolah tu.
Betul. Maksudnya 30 km per hour tu biasa kalau ada tu, biasanya ada lah tu. Itu pun salah satu.
Itu kalau dekat highway, kalau turun bukit tu kan ada selalu banyak zebra line yang akan tu. Selalu kalau saya laju saya akan laju dan buka suara. Jadi suara
Tapi benda tu bagus. Cuma kalau hari hujan tak bagus.
Kalau hari hujan kenapa?
Sebab benda tu akan membuatkan jalan tu lagi licin. Sebab benda tu bukan grip macam jalan. So itu macam kat Kuala Kangsar kan, dia punya terowong menora tu lepas pada tu kan turun bukit tu jauh kan, panjang kan. So kalau hari hujan dia lagi orang kata memudahkan untuk berlaku aksiden.
Saya setuju dengan Iwan.
Tapi doktor dan rakan-rakan, baru-baru ni perasan tak ada satu video yang viral pasal
Amira, okay, because we have international student.
Oh, sorry.
English, please.
Did you guys see that the latest viral video of a drunk driver that he was still driving when there's a motorcycle underneath his car? He didn't even realize. So if he does not even realize there's a motorcycle underneath his car, what will a road start do? Because he didn't stop until the car that was next to him stopped the car. So yeah, I was wondering.
Because the drunk driver unconscious, 100% unconscious. Because that is why most of the citizens are requesting for the to increase the punishment ni. Okay, perhaps yes, untuk mengurangkan kemalangan the road accidents in general, we can apply all those things lah. But now I thought most probably in terms of how we educate people lah kot, most of the thing lah. Okay, in terms of their awareness. Okay,
yes, I think awareness is very important. Instead of suggesting all the methods to prevent the accident, I think the awareness and also the law enforcement is very important. So the people will play their own parts of avoiding to drink and to get drunk and then drive. Macam Korea macam tu, they really, the percentage of consume of the alcohol is very low, and it's why diorang memang tak boleh langsung drive after diorang drink. Even one shots of small cups of alcohol pun diorang tak boleh drive, and they need hire like cab or macam kereta to send them to home macam tu.
Very good. So now how many points do we have? The first one is people awareness. Okay, second law enforcement. Third?
Law enforcement.
Grab. Apa tu? Grab?
Grab.
Okay. as a driver.
And then
Road.
road safety.
Road safety.
The divider.
Dekat Korea kan, if they macam they drunk driving and then they got into accident, diorang punya license, diorang akan macam kena penjara. Like I'm not sure, maybe bertahun-tahun lah macam tu. Tapi if they mabuk and then they get into accident and then ada that, which is ada someone mati ke apa ke, the license will be revoked macam tu. And then you akan dijail by
Pendaftaran asas
government
tu
lah macam
tak
tu.
payah risau sangat sebab kita daftar tak adalah 800 setengah tu satu hari. Kita buat 200 satu hari sebab lebih kurang 4 hari juga lah untuk pendaftaran asasi tu.
Apa ni?
Apa tu?
Siapa nak daftar asasi?
Siapa yang nak daftar
Siapa nak daftar asasi nak tahu.
Excuse me, sir, doctor.
Yeah.
You said Grab. So you mean Grab a car or Grab a driver?
No. Grab car. Yes. Jack, just like this, when you are drunk, meaning that if let's say your intention when you want to attend any event is you to get drunk, probably you need to use Grab lah, so that there's someone who will drive for you. So for that, at the same time, we can control the the number of road accidents, and then at the same time we can contribute to the economy development lah. That's what it's mean by Grab.
Not supposedly Grab lah kan, any other platform yang boleh book the driver.
Hire the driver lah. Hire hire the short term driver. Apa tah nama dia? Okay, lagi.
Temporary driver ke doktor?
Apa dia?
Temporary ke?
Temporary driver, yes, boleh lah. Temporary driver. Okay, any other ideas? But before we proceed to the next topic? Ada?
No.
No. Okay, so let's proceed to the next topic. Thank you, the first group. Very well done.
Thank you, doctor.
Thank you.
Thank you, doktor.
Thank you. Okay, next. Topik apa? Semalam banyak tu. Next, nombor 2 saya tengok. Nombor 2. Kalau ikutkan kat sini, the first one should be fake news. Tapi kita dah start dengan drunk driving. Okay, next.
I can present for fake news.
Sabar, Musyrifah ke? Musyrifah Munir?
Ya, ya Allah, sekejap.
Okay. Tunjukkan
Nak buka video. Sekejap.
Kalau tak habis minggu ni, kena ada minggu depan ni.
Andai.
Doktor, saya nak solat asar jap.
Apa dia?
Nak solat asar.
Memang calon suami soleh sungguh lah.
Saja bagi tu semua orang.
Ya, itulah soleh tu. Soleh sungguh. Itulah bakal calon suami idaman.
Amin.
Amin.
Amin Asfa, amin.
Asal solat dah. Tak dengar dah.
Okay, doctor, can I start?
Yeah, sure. Please.
Okay, Assalamualaikum and a very good afternoon to all. So I will representing my group members consisting of Sharnisa, Haifa Anis, Zong Yiran and also Ali Atira and me. So I'm going to talk about fake news. Okay, moving on to our content for today. There are 6 of it altogether. First, I will present about the meaning of fake news and how to identify it. What are the fake news during this COVID-19, the consequences and how fake news spread and why people are sharing it, what makes them tend to share it, and then how to handle it. Okay, so for the first one, clear ke suara my voice? Is it clear?
Very good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Clear.
Sekejap mana nak letaknya? Tak nampak lah. Okay. So the first one is meaning of fake news. Fake news as what we know lah, it is basically mainly the false stories that appear to be news to spread. When we read it, we find it like a news, but at one point we might know that it is a fake news, and it somehow can give us the feelings of uncertainty when we read it. Okay, so based on the Guy Berger is actually he is the Director of Freedom of Expression and Media Development at the UNESCO. So he said that if it news, then it is not fake. While if it is false, it cannot be news. So that is what the Guy Berger said. And then the fake news, it is written without the background of the sourcer usually, and then it is related to both misinformation and also the disinformation. Misinformation and disinformation is two things that related to each other but has slightly difference in the sense of the intention of the people who spread it. Okay, for the misinformation, it is the sharing of the false info itself, but they either have the intention to mislead the people, or they don't have the intention. However, the disinformation, they surely have the intention to mislead the people with the false information. Is it clear?
Yes, very good.
Okay. Okay, so I have gone through some articles where it stated the ways, it is a very simple way to identify the fake news. This is at least the things that we can do based on the 5 C's. There is context, credibility, construction, corroboration, and also compare. So for the context itself, we must look at when is the articles or the news is provided and where do the source come from, and we must compare the story from then and now. Then and now meaning that before this we read it as for example, it stated that A plus B is equal to C. However, we need to confirm it back from the by time moving, we need to compare it back. We need to go back to the basic in order for us to confirm whether it is still how can I say, it is
valid.
still
Valid.
yes, it is still valid to be applied. Like, is it true or not? So, and then the credibility. So when we are talking about the credibility, of course, there must be the site reputation with the journalist integrity. We must check on that, and then the author cite credible sources. For example, when the author write an article, they must cite where did they take their statement. And then construction. We must for the construction, we must have ourselves or we must provide ourselves with the information on how a good articles can be. If not, we are very we would be facing a hard time to look at the what do you call it? Flaws in the articles. So for the construction, we must highlight where is the propaganda techniques, the bias, and also the possibility of having the loaded words. Because when people want to mislead other people into believing what is their stand, they might explain it in a very broad and a long way. And then corroboration. Corroboration is another word of verifying. Okay, and then you need to verify with other credible news sources. If you read that one article, however, you are very hard to find the article is similar to the others stating the same facts, meaning that they have the probability to be false or fake news. And then lastly, you need to compare. Okay, compare in here meaning that you want to see whether you can relate this statement of a person with the rationality or the things that happen in real life, whether they are possible to be caused from the statement, or is it just a plain fake news, to get different perspective or bigger picture of what is actually happening. That is how you can identify fake news. Okay, and then what are the fake news during pandemic COVID-19? There are many fake news regarding this pandemic COVID-19 actually, and somehow we can say it is very irrelevant, and there are many supernatural things happen, the claims, and also even the leader of a country, they have the guts to claim this method is a cure for the COVID-19. And then in UK, there are not in an article, it's a video that's stating that there are 70 cases of fatal cases from their citizen itself, because they believe in the fake news stating that like methanol, ethanol, or any bleaching can cure the COVID-19. So they do it because some people, when they are getting paranoid, they will tend to do whatever they heard, right? Especially for the adult generation or the oldies people, that they don't know how to use the internet properly. So whatever they hear, they will just take it and use it. So in UK, there is more than 70 cases every week that that is fatally infect on their citizen, because they take action to cure the COVID-19 based on the statement given by the irresponsible authorities or other people. Okay, so part of this is the coronavirus caused by the 5G. 5G is the internet mobile network that is that has the 5G coverage. I don't know how to mention it, but it is 5G, and some people claim that this 5G caused coronavirus pandemic. They can affect other people by using this kind of mobile networks. However, if we think back, it is very not proper, because some country, they do not even have this 5G. However, the pandemic itself spread really widely. And so this is how people say that this can be a fake news, because it is not based on the scientifically tested or any research regarding this. However, it is just an assume. So if they say assume, I think they might not use the word cure, but maybe they can use the word one of the suspected, whatever is it lah. But this is not a cure or source of the COVID-19. So some people say sauna protect people against the coronavirus because of the temperature itself, and then does garlic cure it? Some even say that steam can help to cure this COVID-19. There are a lot for me to list a few in this slide. So that is part of the fake news that come with the pandemic COVID-19. Okay, and then what are the consequences of this fake news? It can cause fear or panic out of nowhere to the people itself. We can see this during the early break of the COVID-19 itself, where in Malaysia we face this somehow. For some people, when they say they don't do the panic buying, they just want to save some stock for their family, it is somehow a panic buying itself. So fear yes.
Tengok link kan. Ambil 45 lah 6 BPM.
Apa pula yang 45 tu? Okay, continue.
Okay, and then so the fake news obviously can cause fear or panic towards the citizen. And then the racist idea. Okay, racist idea here meaning there are some countries there which consists of two race. Easy to be said, I can explain, is the white color and also colored people in a country. Okay, so during the pandemic COVID-19 outbreak, some people say that the colored people, they get this COVID-19 more than the white people. So they simply assume that, oh, these colored people, they are more
severe.
Weaker than the white people, so they can spread the COVID-19 to other people easily. So this is very malicious and also an improper comment towards the other race. So this can cause also when we are facing the fake news, which is the racist ideas itself. And in Malaysia also it happens. If you know woman named, wait, I'm not sure what is the name. Later I will explain to you about the name. But she is the journalist contributor to the country, and then she claimed that people need to be careful towards the China people that came to the Penang during the early pandemic COVID-19. And then she was charged by the authorities because of the statement, because it is like showing she is misleading people towards thinking that Chinese people are bringing all this COVID-19, whereas we should not make it like that, because we are afraid that with this statement, it is not only we can cause the outbreak of COVID-19 fear, however, it can break the, it can cause the, yes, racist idea, and also breaking the relationship of the people itself in the country. Okay, and then the fake news also can cause, the spread new found cure tools to treat the disease that included. This is what I said just now. The spreading of the fake news regarding the cure of the COVID-19, they can fatally acutely affected the people, which is death included. And I wonder why have you ever go through the leader of the country stating the facts that this can cure COVID-19, but they do not face any any sentence legally towards them. So I found this is very not fair, and I wonder why. Okay, and then economic impact. Some of the business were shut down and job losses. Okay, this is for the for example, the airline company. Some people say that, oh, COVID-19 can be caused from the airline place itself at the airport. So many people, they do not go to the place because they think that this place can cause COVID-19. However, that is not the cause of the COVID-19. It is basically because of the contact in person of one person to another, which can possibly cause the spread of COVID-19. So when we are saying that airport is the place where people cannot go because they contain lots of virus there, so I think that is very inappropriate, and it was a downside for the airline company itself, and some company were shut down because of this, so it is not good. Okay, then how fake news are spread. Okay, so nowadays we have a lot of instrument and also the tools that we can spread the news easily. So it can be caused, oh my god, through the social media, websites, and also casual talks, basically on the online itself. Casual talks is macam makcik bawang, they can talk with the neighbors, and then just some small talks, however it gives a lot of impacts, because we don't know the basic or the base knowledge about what we are talking, so we tend to spreading the information, so it will become a misinformation. Okay, and then why people are sharing misinformation? Because sometimes they can gain profit from the crisis. Do you know there is a case in the US where this student, he stopped his school year just because he is already rich by creating fake news through his own website? Because when we are typing the keywords in our online or platform or in the Google search or wherever, all the related keyword will come out in the Google search results. So the it will give somehow the quotation of profit towards the person who creating the fake news through their website, which have the numeric or whatever code that can whenever people type something, the articles that it's not an article, it's just a story that they created will come out at your Google search. So in a way, they will gain the profit themselves. So it is a fake news actually. And then this boy, he dropped from his school because he is richer than his friend at that time from the fake news. So sometimes people share the misinformation not because they have the some people, they share because of hidden agenda, whether they want to downgrade or they want to do pranks and many more. But sometimes people, they don't have the hidden agenda, they just plainly or they just love the money. They don't have the intention to hurt anyone, they just want the money. The profit comes to themselves without thinking of other things that will affect other people. Okay, so what makes they tend to spread the false news? Because when we look back, the citizen will not know whether they receive the fake news or the real news. So what they tend to spread because they lack of information, and some people will spread because of the reputation. They want to show other people that they are also in trend or in the know of the news, so they will spread it to other people. And then some people they spread it because they are panic themselves, they are paranoid, so they want to their intention is good, they want to alarm other people, but they don't know the fact that that is the fake news. So because of the panic, they spread it to other people. And then reckless reading on whatever posted on social media's platform, so they don't read it carefully, they just believe it and then they spread it. That is how people tend to disseminate all these fake news. And then, okay, how to handle it? Okay, first you need to have the information itself completely in you. How you can detect that this is a fake news, and you need to be really, really open-minded when you are reading an article, not just believe it, but you need to read it thoroughly. Okay, and then you can help by do not share or quote or comment to the fake news before verifying it from the sources that is trusted. And then report the unnecessary, for example in our platform nowadays like Instagram or Twitter, we have this kind of report thing when we think that the posted statement or media is improper towards the citizen in a whole. And then if we can do this, block the person if you do not know him. Okay, usually when we block the person, we obviously know that this person is something wrong somewhere and his brain is out of logic. So we can straight away block this person. And if you do know him, you can use this approach by message him privately and ask them to delete or take down the post. Okay, and then find the real news from official source and post it to prevent misinformation. And then media literacy. Okay, media literacy is
Sorry, saya tertekan. Sorry.
Okay. Tak apa, Doktor. Alright. Okay, so media literacy is basically a subject or the educational learning that we can provide ourselves by taking a course that can make us aware of the media things by learning the media literacy itself. And then the critical thinking skill, for example like UPM, they provide us with the course of critical thinking. So this critical thinking moment we can have by for example when we are reading an article, so there will be a light bulb moment for us to think like whether this is the right news or whether it is true, that is related or logically related to the things that happen nowadays surrounding us. Okay, that is how critical thinking skill was should be applied. And the last but not least, this is the most important because it is not all people have this power. By the law enforcement, we can talk a lot, we can do petition, we can post things, we can support all the association that wants to fight the justice. However, law enforcement is something that is very, very critical things to do because it is not all people have this power. So for the law enforcement, what I can say is I read the online The Star, and then there are this case of the one that I said just now, Wan Nur Hayati case of the woman. She is a respected journalist in Malaysia, one of the women that received I don't know this one certificate. I want to read it for you, but I will explain it first. Okay, and then it is related to this one section. Sharing of offensive and menacing content is an offence under Section 233 of the Communications and Multimedia Act 1998. So it was written first in 1998. However, when the authority wants to take this section to fight with Wan Nur Hayati, because she is the one who said that in Penang there will be a group of China people will come to the Malaysia in Penang. So they said be careful of this group of people. So it is somehow a racist idea for she to write it publicly to the people. So this section, it can carry a maximum fine of 50,000 or a jail term not exceeding 1 year or both. However, there are certain things that the how can I say, the okay, the main point here is this section cannot be sentenced towards her atau tak boleh dikenakan kepada Wan Nur Hayati because some of the points that must be I don't remember the terms that I learned before, but she cannot be sentenced to this because this section is not enough to fight with Wan Nur Hayati, something like that. Okay, so now the process, they said the AG chambers and also the prosecutor and the communications and multimedia agency, they will work together to amend this section 233 of the Communications and Multimedia Act during the Parliament meeting. So that is the recent, I think, the things that when we talk about law enforcement, we need to know what is the process now. So the process now is, they say the authorities might should take this to further discuss in the parliament because they want to make it more enforced and to be applied to these irresponsible people. Okay, so that is it. Then, okay, that's all. So lastly, we have to say, obviously we have to say no to fake news, and then we need to be careful and provide or equip ourselves with enough knowledge regarding what is fake news in order for us to fight this. Instead of just saying the law should be enforced and everything, we need to know the content itself. That's all from us. Thank you. Is there any question?
Any ideas from the crowd? Any ideas, discussion?
No.
No? Okay, actually,
perhaps my group members in
explanation
here.
very clear.
Okay, yeah, it is very clear, but somehow, okay, in terms of the fake news, somehow we did it unconsciously. For example, when you share some posts in your social media, you think that because you think it is correct and interesting, then directly you just click share. Okay, sometimes you did it unconsciously. You didn't even aware that it is a fake news. Okay, if I'm not mistaken, I thought the government or someone introduced the Yang Sebenarnya website. Have you heard that?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes.
It is one of the way to validate the informations. One of the medium that the government come out to make sure that the awareness to share a valid news among citizens. Okay, sebab and even then you can see that somehow amongst the Malaysian artist banyak juga yang involved dengan court case, right, related to the fake news ni. Okay, so what have been shared by the group is very good. Before you share, make sure you validate the information. Okay, you make sure you confirm the information, then you share. Okay, so that's why lah kalau saya dulu masa saya zaman-zaman ada Facebook dulu memang jarang share status, jarang sangat share. Okay, I just suka share the quotes only. Okay, so any other things related to fake news?
Doktor, a part of sebenarnya.my tu ada juga yang MKN Telegram channel, which is Majlis Keselamatan Negara, which is they always update any misinformation or false news regarding COVID-19, and they posted a PDF file which is they are denying the news that has been spread, so that all the people that are following the channel know that the news itself is already false. So the people that are reading so they won't be panic lah, because of diorang don't even bother to read and know the truth behind kan. So that is maybe one of the efforts yang MKN boleh buat.
Okay, it is interesting, Haifa. I just remember actually most of people they are reluctant to read. Okay, the main issue is they refuse to read, and then somehow lah what the thing pop up in my mind is actually in terms of the windows ataupun the Windows interface tu itu pun perlu diambil kira, because somehow big people ni, because dia orang ni dah malas baca tau. So bila dia orang nak buka website, lepas tu website tu susah pula, not user friendly, and then sometimes the logo itu sometimes dia sangat plain. So people ni dah lagi menambahkan malasnya untuk membaca.
And I rasa one of the things lagi, if they rasa macam logik, then they share macam tu.
Yes, and then that's why saya rasa the term yang mereka pakai ni, the words as yang sebenar ni, sangat catchy tau. Sangat catchy and it is interesting. So macam tadi Haifah sebut yang Majlis Keselamatan Negara tau. Kalau saya pun saya rasa macam malah je nak pergi kat website tu. Saya tak tahu kenapa. Dia macam that thing, because we need to come out with a creative idea to attract these people. Because somehow we know that nak ubah the citizen, it is very difficult. So that's why we have to come up with an idea, okay, to attract their interest, okay, to reduce their resistance to read ni.
And so I think maybe because of that they come up with channel yang I cakap tu lah.
Apa dia Haifah?
And because of that, yang macam semua orang like lazy to surf the website and all.
Yes.
Macam come out dengan Telegram channel, which is I currently follow them on Telegram channel. So they update every second, bukan every second lah, every single update. Dia orang update dekat dalam tu, then we get notification. And then macam terus dia dekat kita. So we don't have to look for it.
Telegram, right? So it's a part of the medium to share that validated information. Okay. So in terms of the fake news, what are the point that we have here? To prevent so for sure, first the validate. Second, we have come out with the official website. Okay, and then official medium like Telegram, official website like yang sebenarnya. Okay, lagi law enforcement. Okay, itu pun boleh ni, tapi specifically at least you have the ideas lah what laws related to fake news ni. It is related to Communication Act. So at least you have the idea of that. Okay? Okay, so any other thing that you want to add on? Tak ada? Okay, laju je. Next topic please. Thank you Mushrifah.
Thank you all.
Hello.
Next topic please.
My group.
Intan. Okay. Okay.
Hello.
Intan ke?
Saya ada question.
Ada question. Ya.
Hello.
Ya. Ada soalan ya?
Saya. Hello.
Oh, siapa? Tunjukkan.
Okay, saya nak tanya ni. Ram.
Okay, Ram.
Okay, saya ada satu question Okay, so sekarang kita tengok, I mean we are watching all this. Okay, let's talk about Malaysia lah. TV2 ada news semua kan yang
Ram, we couldn't hear you.
8 semua kan. How sure are you it is real news or fake news? Hello, boleh dengar tak?
Ram, we couldn't hear you.
Hello?
Okay, can you repeat?
My line. Okay, doctor, can you hear me or not?
Okay, now can. Now cannot.
Okay.
Now cannot.
Okay, sekarang.
No, cannot.
Stable. No, cannot.
Chat.
Tulis kat chat. Tadi saya dengar
hello?
soalan Ram.
Okay, chat.
Tanya dia tak ucap clear pula.
Ram tanya pasal berapa yakinnya kita dengan kesahihan berita yang disiarkan pada TV1, TV2, TV3.
Siapa nak?
Yang saya dengar tadi. Ram tanya saya.
Ini ada idea. Okay, actually berapa sahihnya tu, okay. So actually we cannot 100% confirm that whatever has been posted or whatever has been presented in our main television channels so 100% correct. We couldn't confirm that. Okay, but somehow in Malaysia that the television or the news on television is actually the most, boleh kata around 80% can be accepted lah mostly. but actually there is still 20% errors. Still 20% you need to double check. Okay, because whatever it is, the main, because the television has been the main source for information sharing in Malaysia for, I thought for after the independence. So memang, but last time we have radio. Last time kan, before the independence, Malaysia independence, we use radio. Okay. And then now we use television. So now, until now, I thought television still conquering the the information sharing
Hello.
system. Yes. And then but now it's changed to the social media and as well as the website. Now lah, I thought. Tapi in terms of 100%, the news ni we cannot 100% believe it. We still need to check. Okay, it's just because in Malaysia the most influential channel is television. Okay, Ram.
Okay. Saya tanya balik question tu.
Very sensitive issue to know the truth behind all the news that has spread, because it involves the political issues and also maybe the influence of those authority who have bigger hands on the news yang diorang kawal tu. So kita tahu juga lah, if US they have a platform where they channel all the news that has been filtered ataupun tak, diorang yang akan pegang macam tu. Tapi we don't know how authentic, how real it is. So we cannot be so sure that 100% of the news are very plainly not filtered or else. Sebab dia akan relate to the sensitivity, also the banyak consequences behind that.
Okay, Ram, what again your question?
I think you guys already answered the question that I want to talk. Okay, second question. Okay, can we back to the slide number 4 if not mistaken? No, she wrote about this the coronavirus thing or something, right?
Okay, second
5G.
Second slide.
Second slide, right? The 5G one.
Yes, 5G.
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 Coronavirus.
Wait, I need to open it again.
Never
mind. Okay.
Never mind.
What is the
So
question?
you told me you told me that 5G is not caused by coronavirus, all those stuff, right? How sure are you regarding the statement you put inside there, whereas it is a conspiracy theory?
Okay, if you ask me how percent am I sure that it is not caused by 5G is not causing COVID-19 to be spread widely, I want to ask you back, how are you?
No.
How percent are you sure? Okay.
I'm telling that statement is a conspiracy theory, which means that they are still debating.
Yes.
They are still debating, and it's a conspiracy theory. And how could you put in a fake news? I just want to ask that thing lah, because you put under a fake news thing.
Okay.
Fake news.
Okay, we apply like this. Until proven it is
false.
Until proven. We apply that system. Okay.
Yes.
Until
Because
proven, we consider that it is apa dia punya term dalam law?
Conspiracy theory.
No, dalam law dia boleh until proven it is still
actus reus mens rea, I don't know.
Guilty until proven innocence. Or innocence until proven guilty.
Yes.
Beyond doubt.
So maksudnya kalau macam tu maksudnya it's still itulah macam tu lah.
Yes.
Kalau saya cakap, if under conspiracy dia macam susah sikit nak prove.
Dia memanglah there's
another factors pula.
A lot of things lah, but dalam zaman sekarang ni, because most of people when they come up with a news, they want to see the proof. Okay, so when you cannot come up with the proof, then we can say that it is invalid. Walaupun sometimes it is true, it is correct. Tapi sekarang ni most of people they want to refer things, they want to believe things when you manage to prove that there is a proper investigation regarding the issue. Itu je. So memanglah somehow I do believe that memang mungkin ada, probably there is the conspiration and so on. But somehow selagi tak ada orang yang boleh prove, then we cannot also say that yes it is based on this the spread of the pandemic ni because of 5G. We also cannot say that. Okay, it is also wrong. So tapi nak kata salah tu probably the same way lah, the safest way for today. Untuk for the time being itulah cara yang terbaik, unless it is proven yes it is pandemic ni can be spread because of the 5G, then only then kita boleh ni balik lah. Okay? So I hope I answer your question lah. Mushrifah, thank you juga.
Thank you Ram also. Thank you Doctor.
Next group please. Ya. Okay. Amira ke Intan tadi? Amira ke Intan?
Okay, Amira dulu. Sebab kita orang buat kejap sahaja, maybe kurang daripada 15 minit, less than 15 minutes to the present. So my group, we have prepared a video that we thought we would share to you guys inside the group, and we will also show you guys here.
Amira,
I will try.
Amira, kurangkan bunyi sikit. Okay. Sebab dia ada macam gerak-gerak sikit.
I will show you the video through my screen, but maybe you will not fully understand it because you cannot hear it. Some of the videos does not have any captions because we've combined a few videos about Black Lives Matter issue. Okay, and I will send the link afterwards after I have shown the video to you guys. Tekan share screen. Oh, macam ni ya. Oh. So can you guys see?
On the way.
Yeah.
So this is the video about racism. On May 25th, last week, in Minneapolis, police officers arrested George Floyd, a 46-year-old black man, after a Delhi employee called 911, accusing him of buying cigarettes with a fake $20 bill. 7 minutes after the first squad car arrived at the scene, Mr. Floyd was unconscious and pronounced dead. You can see here in the video. I'm sorry if this triggers anyone. They sit on his throat, so he cannot breathe. That was the reason he died. Okay, so black people has been oppressed for many years. Okay. Sorry. So black people has been oppressed for many years. What happened with George Floyd has caused protests all over USA. In fact, all over the Western countries. Even some of our countries are also affected. Next, this one is a video of a little black girl saying that she feels that she is treated differently because of her skin color. So this is a bit of history of racism. The African American culture, African Americans were taken from their homeland, which is Africa, and brought to America as slaves. I'm sure a lot of you know this because this is a fact, right? Okay, so slaves were stripped from their individual cultures, language, and customs. So naturally, the white slaveholders did not want the slave to embrace their cultures, language, and custom. So the slave developed other means to communicate and celebrate their culture. One of the ways was to tell stories and singing of songs. And the next is the civil rights movement. It was created for social justice for blacks to gain equal right under the law in the US because they are now freed from being a slave, so they want equal rights as citizens in the US. It happened during 1950s to 1960s. It was led by Martin Luther King. It has successfully abolished slavery but failed to end discrimination against black. As I said just now, it has they have overcome from being a slavery, and now they want equal rights under the law of USA, but they failed. So this one is example of racism in history. First one is Hitler and the Nazi. Adolf Hitler was responsible for the deaths of over 30 million people. Next is the Holocaust. It's the same, quite similar to the Hitler and the Nazis. The Holocaust was the Nazis' assault on the Jews on 1933 to 1945. The Nazis called the Holocaust the final solution of the Jewish question in Europe. 6 million Jews were murdered. Even though this example is not about black people, but it shows the racism. And the next one is Ku Klux Klan. It was a militant guerrilla order group with the purpose to serve the white rule in the South. They did this by killing black people in inhumane ways such as, I'm sorry, this is a typo, lynching and shooting them. Basically, they killed them in the most inhuman ways possible, tanpa perasaan berperi kemanusiaan. So in Islamic, this is racist in Islamic perspective. I think you guys cannot hear this one, but I will send the link to this video. So you can see that in Islam, there's no room for racism because even the first person who called the azan, Bilal bin Rabah, was a black person, and Rasulullah looked up to him. So really in Islam, there is no room for racism. Next, this one is a video of is a proof of a white police admitting that they only kill black people. He literally said it from his mouth. You can see from the caption, you see, but you're not black. Remember, we only kill black people. Yeah, we only kill black people, right? So, and they say, he said that they don't kill white people. This one is the latest video that happened in Georgia, if I'm not mistaken, where you can see there is a segregation of black and white people. It's like we have moved a century back, where this segregation first happened years ago. So this one is in Amsterdam, where the one I told earlier about people protesting for the murder of George Floyd, and this one is in Amsterdam. Next, yes, you can see this one. This one is a 74-year-old lady marching in the protest, fighting for human rights, protesting about the murder of George Floyd. You see, she is 74 years old, which means she was a teenager during the civil rights movement. So do you get how upsetting this is to see that an entire lifetime later, the same issue is still going on? The fight is never ending. So, yeah. All lives do not matter until Black Lives Matter. How do I share? Okay, I want to show you guys this one. You guys can see this one was back in 19th and early 20th century. This is a shameful history of human zoos. You see, this is all white people, and inside the zoo is black people. They even make black people as like animals in the zoo. So it's really bad. Macam mana nak stop share? Okay. Okay, so racism happens everywhere, even in Malaysia. We live in a multiracial company. We have Indians, we have Chinese. Me, myself, may have been racist in the past few years when I don't understand. Sometimes I say words that is racial slur, which will hurt some of my friends because I have friends all over, which some of them are Chinese, some of them are Indian. So we might hurt them. What I wanted to share with you guys is that, how do I say it? Is that maybe we cannot stop racism immediately right now. But what we can do is that we can educate ourselves that in this world, we're not the only race, the only religion living in this earth, on this earth, sorry. So what we can do is that maybe we can educate ourselves so we can prepare a better world for our children, our grandchildren in the future, living in peace without racial issues anymore. So I think that's all from our group. And I will, Dr. Mic off. Mic Dr. off. Tak dengar doktor, mic doktor off.
Attentifnya saya mendengar. Apa tu? Sebab takut mengganggu. Okay. Any adds on from the crowd? It's really good thing and it's really related to conflict. Okay, because somehow this racism, okay, it started at home. It started at home, our home. Okay, the way our parents raise us, the way our parents teach us, it's happened that. Okay, until that's why when Amira showed the grandmother's picture earlier, because she's already 74 years old, right? So because actually the generation where she the generation when she's still young still exists. Okay, so that generation still teach their children that you should treat black people like this and so on. Okay, until
maybe what we do in Malaysia does not impact it, like does not give a major impact to the world, especially to what's happening right now as the protests are going on in the US. But maybe what we can do is to reduce the racism, the racial issues in our countries, because we are a multiracial country. So maybe we can reduce the tension between all races.
Yes, correct. Yeah, itulah sebab that's why sebab racism ni it's actually a small thing je. Sometimes it based on our conversation, the way we act, right? That's why we need to understand more regarding the other races so that the sensitivity amongst us ni increase. Itu je. Sometimes the certain word cannot be said among the Chinese, among the Indian, Kazakh and so on. So ada benda lagi nak tambah? It's a good thing. Memang betul.
Doktor, saya nak tambah.
Ya, sila tambah Farhana. Terkejut saya.
Bagi saya untuk topik racism ni, sebenarnya it depend on toleration antara individu. Between individu. Even if it happens a conflict or anything happen between that different races or different races or culture, it actually depends on toleration on that individual actually.
Then the toleration of us, contoh kan, for example, if I am mad at one of my Indian friends and then I tend to say some really racial word keluar daripada mulut saya and it is bad and it hurts the other person's feeling, and then I stereotype. That is stereotype. I stereotype because of this kaum, perangai dia memang macam ni. but just because I cannot tolerate that one particular attitude that the other person was doing, and then I stereotype it, saying that you are that race, that's why you're like this. And then we cannot accept it.
I agree that the toleration. Okay, but sometimes where's the toleration comes from? If let's say you didn't have any sensitivity or any knowledge regarding the other races, the toleration too, because we install together with our our understanding and sensitivity towards another races or religion. Okay, so that's why I said it is based on the identity development, on how you yourself has been raised. Okay, then how if let's say you've been raised by not being racism, then only then you can have that level of toleration of others. Okay, so that's how it is the education at the home education tu. But toleration tu as the result, sebab kita dah tahu benda tu sensitif tu, that's why kita boleh tolerate, because kita dah faham. Tapi bayangkan biasanya the racism ni because they don't understand. So and then okay, another thing is orang kata macam Amir, the example given by Amira said perhaps because she's angry with her friend from another race, then she just come up with any words. Okay, sometimes sebenarnya orang kata benda ni adalah intuitive, benda yang you cannot control. Actually yes, you can control if you yourself has been raised and have been teach not to say those things. We can control. It is it's not unconscious actually. It's become unconscious because we repeatedly do it. Okay, so that's why it's become unconscious. But if you say that either it can be learned or not, yes, it can be learned and it can be trained not to do so. Racism ni adalah something yang diajar. It's not something yang natural. It is something yang diajar. So meaning that to be not being a racism also adalah something yang boleh dipelajari. Okay, it is not in our blood. Okay, so any other question, any other idea? Aswa diam je ni. Dah habis dah kot solat apa tu asar ni tu. Okay, any other thing? Before we proceed to the next presentation, kalau boleh habis sebab tak ada. Untuk topik saya sebenarnya tak banyak. Dia banyak slide tapi sebenarnya tak banyak pun. Okay, tak ada. Okay, next presentation, Intan.
Doktor, Intan saya.
Apa dia? Siapa tu? Aida ke?
Doktor Intan saya nak. Shaniza dengan Aida.
Kejap doktor.
Okay, sure. Ya.
Intan dulu doktor. Ya, Intan dulu.
Intan dulu.
Intan si Intan.
Ya. Di tengah. Okey. Nampak ke semuanya?
On the way. Okay, okay.
Dapat tak?
Cantik kan slide tu?
Assalamualaikum and a very good evening. So my group consists of Nur Salihah, Najah Waida, Hamidah, Siti Nadira, and I am Intan Aswana, as well as Nadia Shuhada. The topic that I wanted to discuss for today is beauty is pain. Takut tak? Kejap. Tak nak jalan untuk dia. So for the introduction, women nowadays, we are constantly be reminded what is considered as beautiful. And let's not go far away, even within our community, we can clearly see that most people think beauty is when you have fair skin, when you have pointy nose, pouty mouth, small face, and most prominently, fair and flawless face. And the society has built up such an impossible standard of beauty, which have led the feeling of inadequacy among women, meaning that women could never feel that they are good enough. And even worse, the technology has even make people define beauty because the technology is filtered by what we wanted to see. However, some of the trends in 2020 started from the Western country. Most people already started to embrace themselves. They are starting to embrace older people.
And then get comments from different people, not just one person giving.
Betul.
Okay, wait, okay.
Apa tu?
I don't know who that is.
Macam acap je.
Okay. Comparing from 20 years earlier to nowadays in 2020, people already start to accept themselves as who they are, whether they have a large body, whatever skin color they have, whatever skin complexity they have. But the problem is still kind of prominent in Asian country. We can see that India, such as India, they are very famous of the skin product, Fair and Lovely. Even in Thailand and Philippines, we can see that they really, really glorify people with light skin, and in Malaysia as well. And we can see it thoroughly within the Asian country compared to the Western country. And from Harian Metro 2017, stated that in Malaysia there are several cosmetic products that have illegal substances that also to help those who wanted to express their beauty, whereby these people use chemical that is harmful to themselves to lighten their face. Numbers of Asian countries believe by having fair skin is what is coined as beauty. And human Barbie, as Barbie is the perfect one that meet the standard of beauty. And I think this is actually ingrained since we are in our childhood, because I believe most of us, every single of us growing up, we watch a lot of Barbie movies, and we can see that in Barbie movie, within the character in Barbie, most of them are white, they are skinny, they have all of the deemed perfect features by the community. My friend would continue with the causes, what actually make the problem of beauty within the community.
Hi, can you guys hear me well?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so I'll proceed with the causes of what caused this beauty obsession or the beauty spinner. So firstly is to meet the beauty standards, and secondly is because the evolution of technology, and the third one is to be accepted, favorable, and being no different. Next slide. Okay, this is to meet the beauty standards. Actually, the definition of beauty is different in different places. But however, nowadays, the definition itself become same at every places, which is to be beauty, you need to have fair skin and ideal body. And it comes that this specification leads for individual, mostly among the women, to have many kinds of surgeries to make themselves to be pretty. Such as by this picture, you can see they need to have large eyes, small nose, small mouth, fair and light skin, V-shaped jaw, and small faces. Even they believe that their complexion need to be flawless and have no scars or large pores. And on your right side is the pictures of the human Barbie. It's actually betul-betul ada. Mula-mula terkejut juga. And she's actually, if I'm not mistaken, her name is Valerie. She's a model from Ukraine. Valeria, I'm sorry. Yes,
Valeria.
she's model from Ukraine. And she's one of the example that yang macam how Barbie actually influence orang untuk jadi
orang, sedangkan sebenarnya kita tahu yang struktur Barbie ni adalah struktur yang tak sihat. Tengoklah macam dia tinggi, panjang, kurus macam tu. So next is evolution of technology. Okay. So by evolution of technology, it's for example by the social media. Social media ni reflects everything what the viewers in our community wanted to see, such as information get shared rapidly, easily get shared, and people can see many kinds of contoh yang tak baik through the social media. Like the social influencers sometimes promote the products which is we don't even know that product is harmful or not to ourselves. And from this evolution of technology, sometimes we tend to try to follow our movie stars, and we tend to believe that if we want to be beauty, we need to be like them. And actually, what we saw in our social media actually it's not the real faces of individuals. Sometimes they have their pictures edited before by using Photoshop or filter, anything, but we feel insecure by looking at their pictures, and they believe that beauty is actually synonymous with happiness and success. So they are being dissatisfied with and having excessive concerns with their facial creatures, and sometimes it makes them to be depressed and tak bersyukur with what they are looking. How macam mana diorang punya appearance lah. Diorang dah dilahirkan macam tu. Sepatutnya semua orang dilahirkan dengan sempurna. Ada sebab untuk dilahirkan, tapi kita ada rasa tak bersyukur sebab kita terlalu nak jadi orang lain. Okay, next is
just to add on lah, I don't think sometimes it is because they are not being grateful. Sometimes it is because of the social acceptance influence. Because to be in certain group, you need to have this criteria. Okay, so that's why you tend to change yourself to be accepted by that group. Dia sebenarnya bukan dia tak bersyukur tau. It is sometimes because they want to be accepted by the group. Okay, itu pandangan saya.
Yes, doctor.
Pandangan saya lah, sometimes itu bukan sebab kita tak bersyukur, it just dalam based on yang macam saya cakap in our WhatsApp, be grateful, the term mostly famous in Malaysia because somehow we live in in a Muslim culture, and then we adapted well with another races, and then another races pun dah pandai sebut tak bersyukur betul. Okay, but go to another countries, okay, perkataan bersyukur tu sangat susah you nak dengar. Okay, and then sometimes that thing happen because they want to be accepted by the another group, meaning that they have to adapt with that current changes. Okay,
They just wanted to fit in.
Yeah, so sama juga yang macam dengan negara Korea lagi. So that's why most of them tend to choose their original features because to be accepted by that culture, they must have this feature, they must have these figures, for example. Sebab kalau tak ada that figures, dia orang memang akan dikutuk. Itu saja kat sana. So that's why the level of stress among their artists are very high. Okay, continue.
Okay, thank you, doctor. What doctor said is in my third point, which is to be accepted and favorable and being no different with others. Like doctor said that how they feel being dissatisfied with their appearance is actually for them to be accepted. And if they have the thought yang kalau diorang cantik, apa yang diorang cakap semua orang dengar. Apa yang diorang buat semua orang terima. So macam tu. So bila tak cantik, badan besar ke apa ke, diorang rasa macam tak confident. They have no confidence to speak out loud. Seems like that. And sometimes they feel that if they have the nice appearances, so which is they believe that the physical attractiveness is the key element to attract the partner. Maksudnya contoh kalau rasa diri cantik tu baru rasa ada partner hidup. Kalau rasa tak cantik tu tak ada siapa yang nak, macam tu. And sometimes they feel that even the minor defects at their appearance can actually disrupt their daily life. That's all from me.
Next, so I will present for the effect of this beauty standard. Dengar ke? Dengar je ke? Dengar ke? Dengar. Okay, so first, this beauty standard may affect the mental health of an individuals, such as stress, depressed. Stress about our bodies may contributing to many kind of mental health problems, such as you may feel like you want to suicide. So other than that, the effect of this beauty standard is the cost to be beauty, the cost to be beauty, the cost to be beautiful. So later I will show you the price of plastic surgery, and then the effect is a physical health problem. The individuals may have anorexia.
Yeah, anorexia.
Anorexia. Okay. So this is. Do you know who is she?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. She is Suli. She is one of the South Korea pop singer. Why she is suicide due to suicide? Because she assumed that this culture, the K-pop culture, views young female celebrities as dolls or sexual objects to be consumed. But she tak nak terima lagi benda tu, that's why she do the suicide thing. Because of the, what we call, the pressure from the community to her. Okay, next. Next. Lama tak cakap. Next. Okay, so this is the statistic that Ella found. Okay, first, 25 million Americans suffer from depression each year. Mostly for the girls, I found that this cause of the what we call cyberbullying, and then half of the cases of cyberbullying are on body shaming. Okay, something like that. And then this happened. This is also happened in Malaysia. The teenagers, especially the female teenagers, suffer from depression because of this beauty standard. Okay, this is the what we call statistic from the World Health Mental Day. Okay, next. So this is the price of plastic surgery in Malaysia. You can see that mostly the price for eyelid surgery, it is one of the famous surgery that people wants to do. It is 4,400 in Malaysia. But if you go to Korea, the price is more higher because Korea is the 7th place for their plastic surgery industries. Next. This one is the cause of the physical health effect if the from the cosmetic product. So after this, I will compare between American Beauty and the South Korea Beauty standard. Okay, first for the American Beauty. So this is Kim Kardashian. So the American Beauty standard gold means that they focus on tanning, tanning badan. So they tend to strive for a certain look of beauty, or beauty standard.
Let me correct you for a while. Dia bukan hitam, it's browning.
Browning. Okay, thank you.
Dia macam
Glowing,
bronzing.
glowing. Okay, so they go for parents, partner, or friends that impress them. That's why they follow them, and then prefer for flawless look. And then there is one of sentence that I found in an article say that black women are more satisfied with their bodies than white women. But for my opinion, I think it depends on individual itself. Later, Intan will discuss it at conclusion, and then for this, for in America, there is no specific laws or regulations on for the people who did this beauty wrongly. Macam mana Intan? That way. Later this one also Intan will explain it at conclusion. Next. This is the South Korea's beauty phenomenon. Like what I give example earlier about Suli. South Korea have a very, very strict beauty standard influenced by their culture. Which their culture relies on the makeup and also the plastic surgery. Most of the parents give their kids plastic surgery as a graduation gift. From this we know that plastic surgery is kind of normal thing in the community. News from the New York Times stated that South Korea has the world's highest rate of cosmetic surgery, and it is increased by year. And one of the reasons why people go to South Korea also because of the plastic surgery industries. However, to cope with this issue, this beauty standard issue, the artists make the Escape the Corset campaign. It is to encourage women to be bold. One of the South Korea artists, which is Hwasa. Do you guys know Hwasa? The Mama
Yes, Mamamoo.
The Mamamoo. She at first she is one of they categorize her as a big idol because she tends to have big size of body, something like that. Okay. So what she do is she be bold and try to show herself more in by singing beautifully. Because she want to untuk mengelakkan orang-orang ni kata kat dia. Selain pada tu, there is adolescent mass culture artist standard agreement because there are some K-pop idol that debut in earlier year, younger than 15 years old. There are this agreement which they need to, the company need to guarantee the adults, the K-pop idol rights to be choosing their freedom. I mean that then they can eat more than enough. But however, I read an article said that this agreement, not all of the company, the idol company follow that rules. Okay, next for the conclusion. Thank you.
From most of our reading, it is what we can clearly see is that every single country, no matter you are from what color you are, there has always been a problem with how you look. For an instance, in the Western country, even if you are fair, they wanted to have tanner skin. They wanted to look more brown. So their freckles is considered as their complexion. So they don't want their freckles to be prominent. And in Asian country, they wanted to appear very light. So this is very sickening and such a huge problem because nobody seems to be satisfied is how they actually look, how they are born with. However, banning plastic surgery is totally not the solution as well, because some of the people, not everyone, do a plastic surgery just to satisfy the community. Some of them might do it because of the corrective surgery, might be because of their eyelid is super duper small and it's hindering their sight. Some of them might need to adjust their nose because it's broken. So it's impossible and it is unfair if we wanted to ban plastic surgery. However, what we can do is we need to increase self-awareness on how we need to self-love, and we need to accept of who we are and how we are born with. And we can also improve law and regulations on beauty and cosmetic issue because they are using harmful products. That's all from us. Let's open the room for discussion.
Open for discussion.
Thank you.
What is your opinion on how we can improve this situation?
Okay, doktor, boleh tak nak share my experience?
Welcome to the show.
Siapa tu?
Ring.
Oh.
Okay, yeah. Sila.
Okay, doktor. Okay. My experience, because saya daripada kecil memang badan besar, okay? Badan besar. Memang starting daripada kecil lah. Daripada tadika and then naik sekolah rendah, sekolah rendah, and then benda ni memang ada tau. Sebab time kecil saya gemuk and then ramai yang bully tau. Ramai bully. Kira macam saya pergi sekolah, okay, saya first day masuk sekolah and then semua orang pun cakap, okay, gemuk. And then kita stres. Kecil-kecil
Stress.
Stres. Umur 7 tahun dah stres. Sebabkan ramai orang pulau kita sebab kita gemuk. Okay. And then after that naik darjah 2, darjah 3 sampai darjah 6. Memang setiap hari memang akan ada classmate yang bully kita. Okay. Setiap hari pun macam yalah, tarik tudung kita and then bully macam-macam lah. Cakap kita gemuk and then tolak sampai jatuh macam-macam lah. So kita nak pergi sekolah pun kita rasa tak best. Apa ni? Okay, sekejap. And then sampai satu masa saya sekolah menengah, saya start diet. Okay, masa form 1, akhir form 1. Start diet, memang anoreksia tu memang saya pernah alami benda tu. Kalau doktor nak tahulah. Saya memang pernah alami anoreksia sebabnya saya fobia makan. Bila makan je saya muntahkan balik sebab kita takut gemuk. And then sampai satu tahap saya kurus. Saya kurus tapi tak sihat. Ya, kurus tak sihat. Okay. And then satu hari sebabkan adik saya dia pergi nutrition sebab ada problem berat badan semua kan. So and then saya ikut my mum pergi appointment adik, and then doktor kata saya tak sihat sebab saya berat dengan tinggi tak balance. Saya punya pembesaran pun tak apa orang kata tak
seimbang.
mengikut pada umur lah. Sebabnya saya daripada darjah 6 sampai saya habis form 5 semua, saya punya ketinggian pun naik dalam 2 cm je sebabkan saya punya gaya hidup saya yang tak sihat, sebabkan nak kurus. Sebab nak kurus kan, so macam kita makan kita keluarkan, so tak ada nutrition yang masuk dalam badan kita. Okay, and then start daripada form 5, akhir form 5 barulah saya amalkan hidup macam biasa. Makan tak ada buang, macam tak ada keluarkan balik. Benda tu memang ada sebenarnya. Sebab saya pernah alami sendirilah benda tu, memang teruk lah. Doktor memang teruk sangat. Saya rasa stres tu memang betul, memang stres, memang sebabkan environment kita. Sebabkan orang lain, pandangan orang lain dekat kita. Sebabnya time tu memang orang kata budak gemuk ni memang memang tak layak kawan dengan siapa-siapa pun macam tu. And then time tu macam-macam lah, saya pun tak berkawan sangat dengan orang. And then saya start healthy lifestyle pun akhir form 5, and then lepas pada saya habis diploma dekat UPM Bintulu, baru saya start betul-betul healthy lifestyle punya, macam workout semua kan. Kat situ baru saya belajar sebab saya ambil coach sendiri, and then saya belajar, and then saya ambil kelas untuk fitness, untuk healthy punya ni. Itu semua daripada saya sendirilah, untuk saya belajar sebab nak betulkan balik kan. Memang benda tu ambil masa lama lah buat saya. Memang teruk lah doktor, memang itu pengalaman saya yang paling teruk sekali.
It's and I thought I also did it. I'm not experienced it. I also did nak kata body shaming lah when I was child. When I was a children, once dulu I pun pernah buat benda yang sama, because somehow all of us we have some difficulties of accepting the differences. Okay, because everybody are similar with us, then we couldn't, the idea of differences, the idea of there are other people that are different with us, kita tak boleh nak build in lagi dalam kepala kita tau. Okay, so sometimes our family are okay, tapi bila kita cuba bergaul dengan another, because orang ni dia nampak nak buat macam ni, semua orang mesti macam ni, dia tak boleh lagi berbeza. So we are unable to accept the differences, so that's why kita ada issue inclusiveness. Issue of inclusiveness.
Betul.
Nak belong to that group. Memang saya rasa yang ini memang somehow dia dah affect dia punya psychology lah. Okay, saya dulu do that thing sebab saya dulu pun sama juga Rin. Dia tak gemuk tapi saya pula tone saya. But somehow saya ni keras, so saya buat bodoh je. So that's why dia pun depend pada kita punya adaptation to that situation. Dan that adaptation somehow dia akan pembawakan tu sampailah sekarang. So that's why ada orang tu dia sangat hati dia sangat lembut, setengah orang tu dia akan jadi sangat ignorant. Dia macam gitu. Dia depends pada how we cope with that situation. Untuk Rin, to me the experience tu sangat bad lah. Sangat pada saya teruk lah, sangat teruk, dan it couldn't happen to anybody actually. Dan saya pun rasa sangat bad with whatever I did during my masa sekolah rendah je, masa sekolah menengah dah tak buat dah. Sekolah menengah je, sekolah rendah ada gay sikit. Okay, So itulah sebab somehow when you have that conflict of acceptance between your environment, somehow dia akan menyebabkan you have low self confidence.
Ya, betul betul.
You start to tell yourself to be like this so that I can be accepted by society. So then you struggle yourself to be accepted by others rather than you think of you yourself. You somehow you in the middle of being accepted by others, actually you lost yourself. You lost your self identity. Kita tak tahu nak jadi apa sebenarnya. Yang penting kita nampak I need to be like that. And kita hilang identiti kita. So that's why kalau boleh for those yang dah ada anak dan bakal ada anak, do not even compare your child with others. Saya dulu saya sangat benci perkataan bila mak saya cakap mesti kenapa tak boleh buat macam budak tu. Saya sangat benci perkataan tu. Sebab everybody have a different level tau. Ada kawan, ada orang they read just 2 sentences they can understand everything. Tapi ada setengah orang baca 10 kali baru dia faham. Dan saya adalah orang yang baca 10 kali baru faham. Okay. So then kita meaning that we need more times lah, right? Setengah orang belajar 1 jam dah cukup. Ada setengah orang belajar 10 jam baru cukup. Right, we have different things. We have different ability. So that's why we didn't deserve to be discriminated based on our ability, based on our skincare, pula based our skin tone. Okay, memang saya benda tu tak boleh di-accept lah. Okay, so that's why kita because you are going to replace the last generation. So you are going to replace them. So that's why you need to have this clear mind. Okay, when you try to educate your child, make sure you try to avoid all these things. Okay, jangan kata lelaki tu lagi bagus daripada perempuan, lelaki tu lagi kuat daripada perempuan. No, you shouldn't say even those things. Itu sangat discriminate. Itu nanti saya rasa akan ada group Jack yang akan sentuh. It's sangat discriminate. Guys patutnya pakai colour biru, perempuan pakai colour pink. No. It depends on human preference. Saya sangat benci colour pink.
Saya pun tak suka juga.
It
Perempuan sangat.
Yes. Dia ada setengah orang, it depends. You shouldn't say that perempuan kena jadi lemah lembut. No. Let them develop freely. You can guide them based on your religion. You give some restriction, but give them freedom. Apa lagi? Aminah nak tambah ke?
Tak, saya sokong point doktor.
Okay, ada satu.
Betul doktor. Doktor nak tahu tak, dulu kan saya pernah stres sampai adalah ingat lagi time tu budak India yang dia selalu bully saya kan. And then satu hari tu sebabkan dia selalu bully, saya potong rambut dia doktor. Masa tengah kelas. Time tu dia tak perasan pun saya potong rambut dia.
Wow.
Gangster.
Sorry.
Itu sebab stres sangat. Itu pengalaman lah doktor.
I have a question. Okay, I have a question because earlier you said that you have bad experience with Indian. Does it mean that you already generalize that all Indian are like that?
Oh, time tu je doktor sebab yang time tu yang most of budak bully saya sebabnya time kelas saya ramai budak Indian masa sekolah rendah.
Okay, that thing we need to be very careful. Okay, the terms generalization.
Yang ada seorang tu je lah yang saya ni saya potong rambut je time tengah kelas.
Whatever erasers is, whatever apa tu, tak kira lah siapa yang buat tu, doesn't mean because of the race, because of the religion. We shouldn't generalize to everybody. We cannot say that.
Betul.
Semua Chinese.
Time tu je lah sebab time tu saya sekolah rendah kan.
So that we maksudnya at that time for sure lah memang kita ada that generalization, tapi we have to avoid that based on individual, not based on the race, based on
betul.
It's based on
based on individual, betul.
Correct.
Betul. Kita bukan ikut bangsa apa semua. Itu sebab individu tu sendiri yang
Okay, so Rin, thanks a lot with your example, with your experience.
Thank you Kak Rin.
Meaningful because all of us can reflect on how that thing related to conflict actually happening between us, internal conflict, and then with external stressors.
Yeah.
And any other thing that you want to add on, guys?
No.
Oh, okay.
Just nak sambung present.
Okay. Shall we proceed? Then we proceed lah. Let's do. Very interesting.
Thank you everyone.
Thank you, Rin.
Thank you.
Sebab begini, hanya bermula dengan konflik yang kecil sahaja. Dia bermula dengan konflik yang kecil sahaja dengan kawan-kawan. Lalu menjadi besar.
Okay, hello. Hello, can you hear me?
Ni Nadira. Okay, Nat, boleh Nat?
Yes. Nat, Aida.
Siapa punya
Hello?
yang bunyi motor tu?
Hello, Assalamualaikum. Saya doktor. Sorry.
Continue. Boleh.
Okay.
Siapa? Aida ke? Aida?
Aida.
Dengar tapi macam jauh sikit Aida.
Jauh Aida Dengar tak?
Boleh.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good evening. So my name is Aida. So I'll be representing my group members. Me and Shaniza will present for our group members. So this our group members. Next.
Aida boleh sebenarnya slideshow kan dia? Just klik je slideshow tu.
Liza yang screen share doktor.
Oh, okay.
Macam mana doktor?
Boleh je, tekan je slideshow.
Tekan je slideshow, it's fine.
Tekan. Dia akan jadi besar.
Nampak tak? Sorry doktor.
Semua benda baru kan saya pun belajar juga. Boleh? Tak boleh? Kalau tak boleh,
Boleh tak?
Tak boleh, tak apalah, proceed je.
Proceed
Okay. Kak Aida proceed. Okay.
So our group will present about protocol. So we will present it's very short and simple. Previous slide Liza.
Next slide. It's fine.
Previous.
Previous.
Define. Definition.
Wait. It's fine?
Yeah. Okay, so this is the definition of pedophile. It is a psychiatric disorder in which an adult, it happens among adults and older adolescents. They experience a primary or exclusive sexual attraction to prepubescent children aged 13 years or younger. Prepubescent children is children who just reach age of puberty or sexual maturity. So a person must be at least 16 years old and at least 5 years older than the prepubescent child for the attraction to be diagnosed as pedophilia. Next. Next slide. Okay. So this is the cases that have been reported in Malaysia. So in 2016, there are nearly 2,000 cases, precisely 1,951 cases that have been reported. 809 has been convicted and 249 cases were charged in court. Next is the relationship between child and rapist, which happened, the relationship between the victim and the one who did the wrong is a
among boyfriend. The most is among boyfriend, which is 39%, followed by acquaintance and family members. In 2017, sexual crimes, the highest sexual crime reported is rape, which is 1,582. Next one is molest, and the next one is incest. Incest is what we call in Malay is kembang mahram. So rape cases in 2017 by age, the most one is age between 13 to 15 years old, and the molest cases involve the most one which 16 to 18 years old. So that's for me. Shaniza will explain more.
Kak dah eh?
Ya, dah.
Sorry. Sorry, line is slow.
Oh, tak apa. Is that okay ke?
That line slow. Cannot. Ya Allah. Okay. Can you hear me? Dengar tak?
Dengar, yes.
Dengar. Hello. Okay. Problem cause of pedophile. There are three problems. Which is first is neurological difference. Second is environmental factor. Third is development issue. For the neurological, ya Allah ya Tuhan. Hello.
We still can hear you. It's okay. Just
But
it's okay.
But this
tak apa, while waiting for the
slide,
slide.
Doctor.
It's okay. Apa tu while
Wait,
waiting?
I will send the slide to group.
Okay. Ina, while waiting for the slide, okay. It's okay. You just continue.
Yeah. Okay. I already sent the slide, Doctor.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. For the neurological difference, other neurological difference has found in pedophile, which include lower intelligence level. The lower the intelligence level, the younger the preferred victim. Maksudnya kat sini, lagi kalau pedofil ni, lagi rendah dia punya intelligence level, lagi muda mangsa yang dia suka. And then, other than that, there are
Liza?
Study have indicate that pedophiles maksudnya macam cerebral. Yes, Doktor?
Tadi hilang kejap. Okay, continue.
Okay. For environmental factor, the environmental factor involved in pedophilia must be considered. Kanak-kanak yang ada involved with sexual abuse will cause that child to go to be sexual abuse. Maksudnya macam budak-budak yang pernah kena sexual abuse ni, dia akan membesar dengan sexual abuse lah. Maksudnya bila dah besar, dia akan bawa benda tu. And then the development issue, psychosocial development caused by early childhood stress can cause their development to be fixed or regress is manifest in their sexual preference for children. Just nak tambah for environmental factor tadi, other than that, hello?
Ya, dengar.
Okay. Environmental factor, other than that factor, influenced by media such as YouTube. Nowadays, parents need to know what their child do. That is for the solution. We basically can change people unless they change themselves. Pedophile cannot be cured. More traffic focus on helping pedophile to refrain themselves from act of their Betul.
Dengar. Saya dengar sikit-sikit. Rasa mencerap lebih sikit. Sambil take note.
Okay. First, teach your children the proper name of their anatomical part and to scream if some adult try to touch their part. Maksudnya namakan anatomical part yang sepatutnya, maksudnya anak-anak mereka kena tahu. Maksudnya anak-anak mereka kena tahu part mana yang tak sepatutnya disentuh. And then involve in your children's life. Show interest to their activity. Ask them to how was their day. Get to know who is your children spending time with. Observe if there are any change to your children's behavior, no matter how small the change are. Last is encourage them to speak up. People always thought children work are useless. Maksudnya kebanyakan orang kita tak percaya dengan percakapan kanak-kanak. Macam apa yang diorang cakap tu kadang-kadang menipu, kadang-kadang tak betul. Maksudnya macam itulah. So encourage them to speak up. Galakkan mereka untuk bercakap benda yang betul. Maksudnya dalam situasi ni adalah kalau ada orang cuba untuk ambil kesempatan pegang dekat bahagian mana-mana, just terus bagi tahu parents.
That's all?
All from me. Kak Aida.
Okay, last but not least is the law.
Yes.
Okay. So there is actually no specific law that is under pedophile, but the sexual offences against children falls under penal code under section 377B, 377C, 377CA and also 377E. So under section 377B is the punishment for committing carnal intercourse against the nature. So for under this section, the criminal or the wrongdoers shall be liable to whipping and punished with imprisonment for a term of not less than 5 years and not more than 20 years. Next one is under section 377C, which is the committing carnal intercourse against the order of nature without consent and etc. So under this under this section, the wrongdoers shall be punished with imprisonment and also with pain. Under the section 377CA, sexual connection by object and etc. So this is also the criminal will be imprisoned not more than 30 years and also with pain. And also the last one is under section 377E, which is inciting a child to an act of gross indecency. So the wrongdoers will get whipping and also prison not more than 15 years. So that is all. We actually have video, but I think we will just send in to the group.
Yes, okay.
Okay. So that is all from us.
Okay, another issue ni related to pedophile ni, it is also similar, sama juga sebab now somehow in certain ways we want our country to be developed with the such such technology as internet, speeded internet, right? So we do hope that thing happen in Malaysia, but we somehow the dark side of it is this issue. Okay, because somehow last time the pedophile issue ni happen, but the case not obvious. But now because of the technology development, because of the access to certain website to being available to everybody, because somehow the cost of internet also are available even for those who didn't have any proper education level. Okay, somehow because of this thing, because I do not discriminate those who have low level of education. Saya sangat bersimpati dekat nasib diorang, but because of that exposure, because what I want to highlight is because the less exposure on how to use that technology properly with the proper intention, so that's why they tend to use the technology in in improper way. Okay, so that's why lah salah satunya yang menyebabkan meningkatnya kes pedophile di Malaysia somehow lah, ataupun among the developed countries is because of this. Okay, among the developed countries I thought the case is also very high, right, Aida? Sebab in Malaysia ni sebab we are towards developed nation, so that's why slowly the case will increase. Sebabnya that's thing, because there are certain, saya tak kata yang educated ni tak buat, ada juga yang buat. Okay, perhaps because dia pernah nampak the family pun pernah buat, ataupun dia punya memang interest nak buat. Okay, memang there are a lot of issues that we cannot standardize it to all. Okay, so
Macam kes yang student overseas tu, Doktor.
Yes, correct. Kita nak salahkan agama pun tak boleh, because he is Muslim. Kita tak boleh nak salahkan agama pun tak boleh, bangsa pun tak boleh. It is based on individual. Nak salahkan mak ayah pun tak boleh. Okay, so any other thing that you want to add on, guys? Saya sangat suka lah topik hari ni.
Doktor, saya nak cakap sikit.
Okay, Nat.
I think kan Doktor, it's also important apa yang kita nak buat kalau kita ataupun orang terdekat kita be one of the victim. Become the victim. Kan, kalau macam ada saya bahas itu, kalau yang terlibat dalam kes kena rogol bagai ni, terus pergi pejabat polis, pergi polis, jangan main dia apa bagai, sebab benda-benda tu akan menghilangkan bukti. Dia macam, sebab certain people dia akan rasa malu nak bagi tahu terus. Diorang tends to diamkan diri dulu, lepas minggu tu baru cakap dengan mak bapak. So bagi saya benda tu kena tahu juga dari kita sendiri macam mana kita patut buat langkah-langkah awal sekiranya benda tu na'udzubillah lah jadi kat kita, macam tu.
Betul doktor, sebab ada kes dekat Malaysia bila after seminggu baru dia nak pergi report, and then pihak polis pun tak boleh buat apa sebab dia punya bukti semua dah hilang. Kalau based on percakapan, mostly orang takkan percaya.
Okay, I just give you the reason why it happened. Firstly, yes, because of the culture. Okay, because they say that they think that if let's say they expose it, then everybody will look at them with different way. Okay, another thing is sometimes the spouse also allow the things to happen because the family have to depend with the husband. Faham? Because the husband is only the breadwinner for the family. So but the wife is aware that the husband already abused their child. Okay, the wife aware. But because if let's say the husband being in prison, meaning that the family has no other way to continue their decent life.
Faham.
Allow that thing to happen. Okay, ini akan ada isu later berkait dengan gender empowerment. Okay, this may happen because most of women they are working as housewife. Okay, so that's why dia tak ada mata pencarian. They have to depend with the only breadwinner in the family, the husband lah. Okay, so itulah yang menyebabkan one of the reason why that happen. Okay. Ada lagi nak tambah? Tak ada?
No.
Shall we proceed to the next presentation? Ya, ada soalan?
Tapi saya nak tambah sikit, ada juga kes yang polis sendiri tak nak macam ni, tak nak ambil tahu.
Okay.
Because it happens. Macam bukanlah ni, tapi benda tu dekat dengan saya, ada juga acquaintance yang macam undergo benda tu, dan polis tak nak ambil tahu benda tu. Sedangkan ada bukti, ada semualah bukti yang memang boleh disabitkan kesalahan, tapi polis tak nak ambil tahu.
Power abuse.
Saya rasa benda tu dah enforce, okay. Cuma ni orang yang apply dan buat benda tu tak betul-betul buat dengan betul lah.
Enforcement lah. In terms of the legal, it is written well written, but in terms of the enforcement, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so shall we proceed to the next presentation? Ada lagi nak tambah ke tak ada dah? Tak ada. Okay, thank you Shaniza and Aida. Thanks a lot for the group. Okay, let's share the class in our group cepat-cepat nak buka puasa ni. Asal belum solat lagi ni. Kan kena marah dengan asal.
Macam dah tadi yang nak present je doktor.
Itulah.
Siapa nak solat, nak solat boleh lah pergi selang-seli solat dulu.
Macam tadi yang nak present je doktor.
Tak ada nak present?
Our group didn't.
Yeah,
our group. Yeah.
Group apa?
Okay, so we will start present. Okay, today. Okay, so hello guys and good evening. Yeah. Okay. So today for our group topic is about the maternity and the paternity leave. So I want to say, guys, do you know the maternity leave? That leave means in a workplace, in a company, if female workers she got pregnant or she has a baby, she will get a leave. Maybe in Malaysia that I search on Google is she will get maximum is 2 months leave, and also that leave will include the salary, right? So the government make this policy to protect the female workers can take care of her children, and also can find a good balance between their work and life. but today we want to talk about is the maternity leave is really help human. It's really makes it's really help the female workers, makes the female workers right to protect the female workers' rights. So first of all, I will share a video. So guys, can you see this screen?
Yeah.
Hello. Okay, so I will.
Men greatly outnumber women in U.S. corporate leadership, in political leadership, in academic positions.
So can you hear the voice?
Yes.
Okay. Let's go.
And in careers in science and technology. To address this ongoing disparity, many have called for new rules and policies to level the playing field, such as state-mandated maternity and paternity leaves. Some European countries already require as much as a year of paid leave to help women balance home and careers. So, does mandating parental leave help solve the problem? Hi, I'm Dr. Lauren Hall, Professor of Political Science at the Rochester Institute of Technology. The problem with attempting to impose gender equality with laws and mandates is that such policies often have unintended consequences that actually do the opposite of what reformers were trying to accomplish. Take maternity leave. It's a good idea with health benefits for mothers and babies. But it's not true that mandating leave saves women from making career sacrifices. Long maternity leaves mean women end up with less experience, weaker portfolios, and a smaller network. In an unexpected twist, in countries with generous leave policies, there are actually a lower proportion of female managers and CEOs than in the United States. Mandating generous maternity leave may actually prevent women from reaching the same heights as men in their careers. Is the answer then to require paternity leave as well, so both genders take time off for childbearing? While paternity leave is also a great idea, forcing new fathers to take time off doesn't make them spend their time parenting. Early data suggests that in fields like academia, men tend to use their leave as a way to accomplish personal and professional development goals, such as new research or publishing a paper, while women use it to recover from birth and take care of their infant. In such instances, mandatory paternity leave actually provides men with even more of an advantage over women. Mandates and well-intentioned laws are appealing because they seem to offer straightforward solutions, but in reality, they don't. In the best cases, policy mandates are inefficient solutions, and in the worst cases, mandates can actually prevent the very cultural changes they were meant to encourage. In order to ensure that women can reach their peak career potential and to lessen disparities between the genders, cultures, attitudes, and the choices men and women make must change. And that won't happen just by passing a law.
Okay, so that is a conflict that today we want to talk about is the maternity leave is really help the female workers' rights, because as we actually, for example, before a long time ago, I grabbed a Uber. I just grabbed a car. Then I talked with the driver, and the driver just asked me, where do you work and where do you study? Then I say I study at overseas and I will get graduate maybe after 1 year. And he said, you are lucky, and maybe because you study in overseas, so you can find a job easily. And also because you are a boy, so you can find a job easily. Then actually I'm a bit confused that why? Because I'm a boy and I'm a male fresh graduate, then I can find a job easily. He just said actually most of the company, if they want to hire a fresh graduate, they will prefer maybe male workers, because some female workers when they just go to the company get the position, she will pregnant or she will got the maternity leave. So some companies they don't want to take this challenge. So so that is what we want to say is maybe the maternity leaves will also make some issue in now the work in now the workplace. And for the how to resolve this problem in our group discussion, we think maybe we can force the father also to have the maternity leave with the mother. then if the male worker, they also have the maternity leave with the mother together and also the same time. We think that will maybe protect the female workers' rights, and also that will reduce the unfair treatment. And also from this video, from these videos, and she said we should change this situation from cultures and attitudes and choices. So also I want to know, guys, do you have any do you have any ideas about how to solve this problem? Thank you, guys.
How should we solve this problem? Okay, Jack, in Malaysia actually the maternity leave given to female worker are 3 months, 3 months, not 2 months.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
And then actually I thought the 3 months ni actually initiated by Malay culture. I'm not sure, but I thought lah it is initiated by Malay culture.
Yes.
Of Malay, because of Malay, based on the Malay belief, they need around 19 months to make sure that their reproductive system back to normal. Okay, their body recover from the giving birth. Okay, itu the traditional belief lah. Okay, because as I am aware, most that thing it doesn't happen in most Western countries. Okay, that somehow based on Malaysia working environment in Malaysia, okay, even though you even though you leave for 3 months you take the 3 months maternity leave, then after you come back to your workplace, your performance will evaluated as a whole year, right?
Yeah.
So somehow that is discrimination against the women as well. Then other than you state that it is somehow influence their networking, their work performance, right? So I thought it is a good idea as well, but somehow I thought among the Malaysian for Malaysian for government department, somehow they already implement 7 days, 7 days paternity leave.
I know. Maybe for the father, also he also can get the 7 days leave.
7 days.
But because of that, because the female workers will get maybe a longer leaves. So some company will think the female workers will get a longer leaves, but the male workers he just gets the 7 days leaves. So why when I hire employees, I just hire the male, it's okay, because the male just gets the short leaves. So that will cause some unfair treatment on when people do the recruitment.
And then perhaps another way is the organization should revise their organizational performance measurement for female employees. Meaning that the performance shouldn't take from the based on the average for those who take the maternity leave for that year lah. What I mean, meaning that the 3 months should be excluded from the measurement performance period. Another thing lah, meaning that you just consider the 9 active months rather than 12 active months for that year to measure the performance of the employee, right? Because if let's say in average the female employees consider not perform well in that year, okay, so then it will influence the bonus, the salary, the promotion, so that is the why lah. Okay, another thing from the other group, and we open to the crowd, semua dah tutup dah ni, semua dah pergi solat ke, semua dah hilang ke, tak tahu dah ni.
No, doktor.
Okay, by the way, I want to ask you, shall we stop here or we continue next week? Pasalah ada lagi kelas ni.
I think
Next week.
next week. I think next week, doktor.
Next week. Find the time. Is it okay to do it on Monday? Monday boleh ke?
Okay.
Because on Monday or Tuesday boleh lah kot. Tuesday saya ada.
Yeah, I got class, doctor.
Doctor, I have class on Monday morning.
And then Wednesday
Wednesday.
Wednesday cannot because I plan to go to Janda Baik. Perhaps Friday? Is it possible Friday?
Yes.
Friday,
Yes.
okay,
Yes.
doctor.
Friday, okay.
On Friday at 2:30. This
2:30, okay.
Friday.
Yeah, can.
Okay, so apa tu for today's presentation, okay, let's stop here. Okay, but for our assignment, because I will receive kalau siapa yang ada video tu minta buka lah video tu, nak tengok kejap. Sebab nak bincang ni. Okay, regarding our assignment, Adam already send me the idea lah, the proposal on apa tu implement it as our group assignment. So far I'm okay with that. Adam, mana Adam ni? Adam. So far I'm okay with the group. Haifa tak ada.
Ada.
Any representative from HR? HR ada tak?
Yes, doctor. Walin.
Hello.
Dengar. Ya Walin, what do you think? You want to enjoy, you want to join as you want to see your group macam mana?
Dengar, doktor.
Tanya macam mana? You want to join to do the assignment or you want to keep doing the administrative work? So how? Macam mana? Because another group dia dah propose dia dah propose dengan idea of doing the group assignment. I thought they want to do it business proposal. Okay, but because I'm aware that most of HR already did a lot of things.
Follow majority, doctor. I don't mind.
But because Adam.
Yeah.
Okay, can you share the actual situation, Adam?
Sorry, doctor. Can you repeat that?
Okay, can you explain to everybody the actual situation and our assignment?
I explain
Explain lah, buka lah video tu.
Saya kat luar tak dengar. Okay, saya explain Okay, macam during this MCO, ramai yang mempunyai kesulitan untuk teruskan dengan projek skrip. Jadi kita proceed dengan saudara Asfa punya idea untuk buat business plan.
English Adam, because we have Jack, we have
Sorry. I'm sorry. So
No worry.
we will proceed with Asfa's idea, that is to do business plan. But here is how it's going to be. Each department will do different product for their business plan, if I'm not mistaken. And if I'm wrong, can Asfa please correct me? Okay, so I continue. So each department will do their own business plan, meaning that from starting until where it has to be lah.
Yeah.
Okay. However, some department disagree with that ideas.
Some departments, which department Adam specifically?
HR.
Okay.
Okay, because they already have a lot in progress. So, in my opinion, my idea is other departments can proceed with doing that business plan,
but the HR department will continue their administrative works that they have done. So basically the HR department will ganti apa? Will ganti lah their business plan with their administrative plan like that. If anyone here have any idea to propose, you can give your idea also. That's all.
Okay, so macam mana? Okay, to me I agree with Adam. So okay, because we have somehow difficulties to continue with our original idea of doing the ice cream business. Then okay, I hope let's say the other departments want to continue with ideas. But and then I do agree with a lot of job, a lot of tasks before another department started. Okay, and then perhaps for HR departments, later you just continue, you just continue your administrative work and as well as the training and development, something related to that. Okay, meaning that you just continue with that, and then perhaps you are also responsible in terms of after the another group prepared the the proposal, then you are responsible to arrange that in a way that easier for me to receive the proposal, meaning that you are responsible in terms of the formatting, the content of the proposal. So you are responsible for that, then it should be okay for me.
Doktor.
Yeah.
For assignment yang lagi satu tu yang nak gantikan assignment sebelum ni, ada department yang orang dia sikit, ahli dia sikit je, just macam finance ada 4 orang. Tapi ada department ada yang banyak.
Okay, and then in that sense we try to communicate with the group yang ada banyak lah.
And then boleh ambil dia orang lah.
Nego.
Okay, baik doktor.
And try to negotiate. Okay, so pada saya should be okay lah like that. Maksudnya HR just continue with how to arrange, how to make sure that the work is effective. Then perhaps in terms of the template on what the template so maksudnya you have to do work jugalah. Sebab mereka ni pun akan ada kerja yang diorang buat. Because I'm aware that you already did a lot of work, but still after this we pun kena buat jugalah. Okay? We are done with that.
Doctor,
Yeah.
maybe is there any guidelines
Itu kena tanya.
in that? Okay.
So you discuss amongst yourself macam mana nak masukkan apa. So maksudnya based on that. So at least barulah nampak. At least adalah juga you are working. Okay, make sure you ada template macam mana. So nanti later saya akan evaluate lah based on the similar criteria. What's the creativity that you insert in your work.
Alright.
So for the time being, I agree lah dengan Adam ataupun dengan Asma punya idea. You can proceed with the business proposal. HR responsible for the administrative work, how to monitor, okay, in terms of the unit. Okay? So we are done lah. Dah nampak dari cek makanan berbuka.
Okay, doktor.
Okay, guys, thank you. Thanks a lot. Okay.
Thank you, doctor.
Thank you, doctor.
Thank you, doctor. Okay, thanks for your
doctor.
Thank you, doctor. I give you the last minute assignment. You still can do it very well. So I'm very happy. Okay. So I thought that's all for today. Terpaksa lagi lah jumpa saya lagi minggu depan ya. Okay, take care guys. Assalamualaikum.
Salam. Bye, doktor.
Waalaikumsalam. Thank you, doktor.
Thank you, doktor.
Okay, thank you. Oh, dah.